And after exceeding expectations this season, despite yesterday's World Series loss, Ketel Marte and Corbin Carroll were named Silver Slugger finalists. The Coyotes lost to the Ducks in overtime yesterday and turn around to host the Canadiens tonight. The Suns' all-time leading scorer, Walter Davis, has died. He was 69. I'm Seth Everett on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword GRAND at foxsports910.com. That's GRAND at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Another nice day on tap as we head into the latter part of your work week. Today, look for temperatures in those mid-80s with plenty of sunshine. And then for tonight, we'll continue with those clear skies, with those temperatures dipping down into the mid to upper 50s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Ski Pro.
The annual Ski Pro Avalanche Sale is at the Phoenix Convention Center one weekend only, November 3rd through 5th. Skis, snowboards, boots, and winter clothing at unbeatable prices, plus additional savings on Saturday and Sunday. TheAvalancheSale.com.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com.
Jonesy for coffee.
Now time for Calling
Fresh
All
batch
Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. on Fox Sports 910.
It's happened! The Texas Rangers win the World Series!
You're hot. Oh, the Diamondbacks' magical season is over. Welcome in Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, Jax, and Chris. We got you covered for the next 3 hours here from Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. Thanks to our friends at Blue Moon and Coors Light. But what a ride it was. A season where they only won 84 games. A season where they went 7-25 over a 32-game stretch, but still got to the playoffs and got to the World Series. And now lots of questions. What will this team do next? What will Ken Kendrick and staff do, and Mike Hazen and the rest of this organization when it comes to taking advantage of what you accomplished this year? Are you going to be like a small market team like Tampa, which got there and then had success and continue to have success? Or even a similar size market like the Houston Astros. They built through the system. They got to a very high level, and they've been there every single year for the last 7 years. What will the D-backs do next, as the plan is to increase the payroll up from about $125 million, which was spent this year? What will it be as they lock in for the following year? But they were only 21st out of 30 when it comes to teams and player spending. So I'm anxious, guys, what this organization is going to do next. We can dwell on what we saw the last 3 days. They played a Texas Ranger team that was clearly a better team. And we'll hear from Torrey. We'll hear from some of the players throughout the afternoon. But it's bittersweet. I'm glad they got there. This isn't necessarily a Suns town anymore, as you just got to hope that this organization can take advantage of the success they had this year and take it to the next level.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, guys, is just keep the core nucleus, keep them going, keep them around. I think guys like Longoria will probably be gone. I love to see keep Tommy Pham, keep him around. I think the veteran guys in that clubhouse are vitally important. I think, admittedly so, by Mike Hazen last night in his presser, they need to go get another starter, and he said he missed on that one. When you have to have a starter in a World Series game, you got to go by committee, by the bullpen, by committee. Yep. So I think from that standpoint, take care of your own, develop the guys down in minor leagues. If there's another bat or another arm or two that you could go out and get and afford, and make sure that when you get into a scenario like this, you give yourself, I'll just say this, a better chance at winning it all. I think those are some of the things that be high atop my priority.
I'm telling you right now, I think you hit on it where both of you guys indicated, what is he going to afford? I think that is the number one question that will have to be answered. And we can sit here and we can recommend, okay, go get yourself a stud starter. a guy that is a starter and pay him. Or you can try to come up with another way to fill it with maybe one, maybe two guys who aren't stud starters, but you believe are good enough with the team that would be behind them in order to get runs. And to be honest with you, Rock, I think it's a question of money and where Kendrick decides he wants to go with this
And
team.
you look at 17 post games.
Yes.
That's a lot. And I don't have the breakout of how many are home. You're making $1 million a game.
Oh, sure. I would think so, sure.
If not more.
Yeah.
And what do you do with that money? What do you do with the merchandise that you make? I know that
flying.
league makes a lot of it, but what have they done in food and beverage? What have they done in ticket sales and memorabilia and merchandise and all this season in the postseason, that is? And how do you take that money and utilize it in this offseason? Because I don't think any of us want this to be a one-hit wonder. This was just, remember the D-backs in 2023? They went on this run. I just think they have some of the pieces, but I think clearly this is a young roster. But they only had one really rookie on this team. I mean, two.
Carroll.
Yeah, he's the star rookie.
Right.
But then you had some veterans in there.
Yep.
Or guys that have been around a while. Longoria, don't let the door hit you. He was a one-year rental anyway. I never thought he would be here more than 1 year.
Moreno is a true rookie. That's your catcher. You got your catcher set. You got your outfield set.
Star rookie is what I'm talking about. There was only one star.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You could make a case that, okay, Fault had a good postseason,
yes,
but his regular season, he was a rookie.
Sure.
And he was up and down.
Yeah.
But a true rookie was Carroll from start to finish.
I think that's the base. I think Alec Thomas had his ups and downs this year. I think that
play last night.
Oh my
the
goodness!
ball going under his
you know
glove.
what? The night before he scuffled with one out there in the outfield. So I wondered. I don't know if it was the turf out there, or whatever. But I just look at it and you talk about. I don't think you have to need a superstar pitcher that's out there as a starter. I think we have a good, solid pitcher with a good game plan. I think just a good, solid another guy in that rotation that can go ahead and is beneficial for your team. I think the bullpen, for all intent and purposes, guys, aside from Seawald blowing up, is a solid bullpen that they have.
No.
And, well, I
disagree.
Regular
season was horrible.
Okay.
Absolutely horrible.
Let me finish. Once they got Seawald, that bullpen was nails, pretty much helped out. And I think that they'll keep that. Now, they may make a change or two, but they're going to keep Seawald as their closer. He's not going anywhere. You got the Ginkles of the world. You got the Mantiplies. Nelsons of the world. I think they're going to keep a lot of those guys because when you came down to it, and it came down to the playoffs, which you looked at, those guys were all over it. I mean, they were nailing it in the playoffs.
And Hazen for not making the changes, yes, you could give him some heat on that.
Sure.
But Tommy Henry was on the IL. Drew Jameson was on the IL. Austin Adams was on the IL. I mean, you had a bunch of guys that when the start of the season, they were going to be that number 3 or maybe 3 or 4.
Right. That's why we felt we talked about that.
But he got the closer that they desperately needed.
They got him, but I mean,
he can't do it all with the money he has.
Yeah, and I think that when he sits down with Ken Kendrick, that being Mike Hayes, he says, "Hey, look, here's the blueprint how we need to win it all. Not get there, but win it all. This is where we gaffed. Should have got another starter, and I think that they could have came up with the money from that standpoint." We got Seawald.
You always say that, Dan. What do you mean they could come up with the money? You don't know where the money is.
In a trade deadline with somebody, they could have. Like
everybody just assumes that these organizations have all this money. There's a lot of organizations that are really struggling.
Here's how I felt about that. They were in first place up to the All-Star break. Yes, they scuffle on the back end, but they still had a chance to make it to that wild card. And if I'd have said, hey, look, as good as we played in the first half of the year, we want to get back to there. We're going to need another starter aside from Seawald if we want to make this happen. Now, if you're content on us just having a good year and maybe sneaking in, I think Mike Hazen said, look, we got the nucleus to get in the wild card, and then from there we can go from that standpoint. Lo and behold, who would have thought they'd make the World Series? But by not making that move, it came back to haunt them in the World Series.
Well, Diamondbacks plan to increase their payroll to about $125 million. I believe it was in the neighborhood of $100 million this year. So he has the money
3 minutes
to bring in a starter or two.
The question is, does he want to spend it? That's the question.
Wow.
Once you taste steak, it's hard to go back to bologna. Yeah, I'm telling you right now. You take
When was the
prime
last
rib.
time you had bologna?
It was about 4 months
Bologna
ago.
salmon?
Are you
Garlic
serious?
bologna. Yeah, we garlic
So
bologna.
you can still get bologna at the deli.
Oh,
You
yeah,
still have it.
Sure, yeah.
Boar's
Is it
head.
next to the liverwurst?
That's right there. You got the ham, the turkey, the bologna, all the other stuff.
Can't
the roast
imagine
beef.
buying bologna. Bologna was
You
what
get the two types of bologna too. You got the beef and then the original.
Yeah.
So
And the
you can set
garlic.
up that way.
And the garlic.
I just can't imagine. I mean,
Boar's head. It's the best. It's awesome.
it's the best.
Garlic.
Where does the bologna come from?
It comes from the pig guts and
Yeah,
whatever
what
else.
part exactly?
Yeah.
But it's done. That's all I had to. You answered for me. Why would I want to eat that garbage?
But it's boar's head, so that's the thing
Hey,
right there.
also, Suns are trying to bounce back after their loss at home the other night. They got another one with San Antonio tonight. We'll get into that. Coyotes lost in overtime as well. They'll be back at it tonight with Montreal. We're going to cover all of that today as we're out here at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale, thanks to Blue Moon and Coors Light. Our headlines today are brought to you by the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. If you get a chance, you'll love this new sportsbook. You can bet the games live right there in person. They got kiosks. They also got the windows, and you get paid cash on site. So check it out if you would. But D-backs fell short of their first World Series title since 2001. It was a hell of a ride. For someone who loves games back to back to back to back, for the most part in my younger years, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted.
Watching in
3 straight, and I'm not the guy that watches it at home.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that watches at a different place. So, and I try not to go to the same place every night because then they're like, oh, there's Rock, that drunk sitting at the bar or what have you, right? So I like to go to multiple places.
Sure.
You check them all out. But I found myself last night kind of leave a little early to get home to watch the game at home, and it was already kind of out of it. It was great. I mean, how fitting is it for Corey Seager to break Zach Gallen's no-hitter in the 7th?
Enough.
I mean,
Absolutely.
and the way he hit it at the side of the bat going opposite field, I mean, it was like, oh, man. But, hey, thank you, Zach. I mean, a lot of people had your back, were supportive. You had a tough postseason, but, man, you put a hell of an effort in yesterday. And you should be rewarded for that.
If they just had the bats going, I mean, leaving 11 guys stranded. Those first 4 innings, you're like,
unbelievable.
Damn, somebody score, somebody get a base hit. Well, a strikeout, called third strike here, a double play here. Oh, that's that Corey Seager guy. What a hell of a play made there. Gets a force to say, oh, what a hell of a play. Gets a guy at first base by a foot. But you just can't leave. And, guys, we talked about this. The runners in scoring position, once again, reared its ugly head as they let 0 for 9 as far as clutch hitting is concerned. And, from the hitting standpoint, I think that came to be the Achilles heel for him last night.
And you'll hear from the locker room from last night at Chase. Coyotes Logan Cooley lit the lamp for the first career goal in his young career. And some sounds, some quotes from Bobby Knight, who passed away yesterday. Your Valley Chevy Sounds of the Night. We're out here at Scottsdale Twin Peaks. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Tomorrow on the Drive, will we be celebrating the final non-Kyler Murray Cardinals game for the foreseeable future? Or does Jonathan Gannon have a few tricks up his sleeve? 6:05 on the Drive, Fox Sports 910, and your free iHeartRadio app.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday Night Tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
When you use your electric vehicle in autopilot or self-driving mode, accidents can still happen. Whether you're considered at fault or not, you may still have a claim. Lerner & Rowe has a dedicated team skilled in this new science. We are the first law firm in America with the ability to review the proprietary software and hold electric vehicle manufacturers responsible. If you or a loved one were injured in an electric vehicle accident, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
A homeowner just like you
decides
to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the back side of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial, state48roofing.com.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Hey, Scott, what brings you in at the pharmacy?
I'm thinking about getting one of the updated COVID-19 vaccines.
Great. Do you know which type of vaccine you'd like?
There's more than one?
Yep, there are different types of vaccines available. You can learn more about them at WeDoVaccines.com. If you have questions or want to make an appointment, give me a call.
What was that website again?
WeDoVaccines.com.
Thanks. I'll check it out.
This message was brought to you by Novavax.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
When you're rolling Charmin, ultra soft on the party. Less is more, so roll it back, everybody. Charmin's irresistibly soft and hella nice. The grip is always soft. It's our party vibe. It's cushion and things, so our cheeks feel fine. So what? Everybody wanna touch the sky.
Charmin Ultra Soft is irresistibly soft and more absorbent, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
For the Valley Chevy dealers' top plays of the week.
Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Set up a test drive by heading to valleychevy.com. Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
I got some sound we want to share from last night's D-backs game, and we'll start with the skipper, Torey Lovello. Says it was a disappointing way to end a season that surprised many people.
This is just plain painful, and I can't quite move past that right now, but I will. And I told the guys to absorb it and process it the right way. Don't compartmentalize it. Don't put it away. Think about how you feel.
You know, a lot of us really like Torey Lovello. He's very transparent. He shows emotion. You enjoy that. And I know it's a business. It's all about wins and losses. But truly, I bet he has touched a lot of young players there and people that have learned a lot from a guy like Torey Lovello, who played in the league for many years, played and worked in a couple other organizations. And, he took a team that, I don't think anybody had going to the World Series. And, many of us, I know you weren't one of them, Manuch, but, I think it was last summer we were like, why are you extending him? Why are you giving him an extension? This team sucks. They've lost 100-plus games 2 years in a row.
Yep.
And he stuck it out, and the organization, felt like he is the guy, and he proved himself. And now you're hearing him, and we got some more sound on when we play. But, this is the one that I think the next two are pretty heartfelt, because you hear Torey and how emotional he is. And you saw it. We all saw it last night watching it and this morning on the shows. It's hard not to like Torey. And here he is really apologizing or apologizing, I should say, to the fans.
This fan base was behind us, and they were ready to go at every turn to root us on, cheer us on, and allow something good to happen. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry I didn't do my job to get us there, but I will. We all will. And we know they're out there. We love them. They can say what they want to us, in the good times and the bad, but we know what they want. They want a world championship as badly as we do. We all bleed Sedona red.
That's I mean, that really pulls at your heart.
Yeah, it does.
It really, I mean, it
Love
really
the guy.
does. Yeah.
And hopefully it's not 22 years later that we got to wait around and see that. But I mean, I think when I hear Torrey, and I've been saying this from the get-go when his first year they go to the playoffs, he and Mike Hazen are tied at the hip. And I think Hazen told Kendrick, look, he's my guy. And I want him to be my guy. And I think that he went to bat during that 110 loss. So you talk about that extension to say, hey, look, I'm here with him. We're going to develop. I think they like his demeanor with the younger guys. He's even killed. He's not hot and cold. He knows when to push their buttons, when not to push their buttons. That's, I think, when Mike Hazen convinced Ken Kendrick to say, hey, look, this is our guy. Here's could be 5 reasons or 25 reasons why he wanted him to be the skipper for this ball club and for this group of young men.
Did you suck your thumb when you were a kid?
Never.
You didn't?
My sister did.
Jimmy?
Yeah, I didn't either.
Really?
No.
Jax, you totally did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so did I. Cool guys suck their thumb.
I never.
Here's Torrey what he had to say.
For a few days, I want to go camping and just sit in the tent and suck my thumb, and eat ice cream.
You want to get away?
Yeah. Answer you guys have ever had right there.
Yeah, it's classic. Good stuff, Torrey. Let's hear from some of the players. Here's Longoria saying it was a disappointing loss, but he made the right decision to sign with this young team.
I felt that this team had something special. I felt that there was plenty of really good players in place that we could build around and find something special to make a run.
I think he knew this was his last hurrah as a player, and I think
he's retired.
I would probably
hear
yes.
that.
No, but I mean, he had a bad year coming over here. He really struggled. 38 years old. I can see him as a manager. And I think the reason he came here was to help Torrey Lavelle in this and help these young guys develop in that clubhouse and be that soundboard or that springboard to help these guys along to see how they handle a run like this.
I'm sure he was instrumental in the playoff run, in the clubhouse. Things that we don't know that took place. But to be honest with you,
You normally aren't honest?
I generally am on this show,
Okay.
yes.
We would hope, Jimmy.
I am. I just think that maybe his time has come.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't think they'll keep him. They'll re-sign him. I think that they may offer him a position in the organization. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
I believe that he's lived in the Valley, so I think he likes it here. Here's Tommy Pham, a guy they got from the Mets, and here he is talking about the future of this team.
So now everybody has a taste of this, and I'm pretty sure everyone will be motivated this offseason to get a little bit better.
Can I just say this? Nobody, and I mean nobody in the baseball world, in the sports talk world, nobody had this team even making the playoffs.
Yeah.
We were just talking about if they played better than 500, that's a win.
Especially when they went on that little run. I mean,
yeah,
we got a taste out of the gate early.
Right.
I mean, April, May was great. And then, the All-Star break. And we kept saying, when are the shoes going to fall, right?
When's the other shoe going to fall?
Yeah. And then
And it did.
It did. And it did hard.
Yes.
But they were able to make it work.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then finally, here's the ace, Zach Allen.
The thing about us is that we're fearless. The guys in here are fearless. There's a bunch of times you saw us, be down and able to come through and do the job, and just unfortunately fell short this year.
I hear that. I mean, he saved his best for last.
He did,
and to me, that's a guy that's a gamer. You and I, Jimmy, talked about. Hope he's got enough gas left in the tank. We were hoping to make it by the second or third inning. Well, he's still in a no-no going into the seventh inning.
Correct.
I mean, he gave him everything he could. But I want to go back to Tommy Pham just real quick. You need a guy like that. That's a hard edge, hard playing, good ball player that can kind of stir it up in that clubhouse if he needs to. He's just that kind of a guy. He's kind of I think a couple guys that said he could be that gangster in the room to get in your grill or get on you. Not that he had to get on any of the guys, but I'd like that kind of an edgy guy that can kind of take control in that clubhouse if they need to.
Well, baseball is done, and we'll have the offseason, a lot of time to talk about what will happen as pitchers and catchers report in XYZ date. I would have been impressive if I could have told you the day, right?
In the winter,
second week of February.
Yeah,
how many days is that? Shu knows. I mean, Shu's already got it on his calendar.
Yeah, but the owner's
like, oh yeah, it's 182 days, or whatever.
The owner meetings are in a month. I just say they're in a month already.
We're not used to that. We're used to talking about that a month, 2 months ago. So baseball's done, but how about those Yotes? They fell in overtime last night, but Logan Cooley lit the lamp for his first career goal in the losing effort. Coach Pete will join us a little bit later in the show. We'll talk about that. But here he is, Logan Cooley, reflecting on his first NHL goal.
Yeah, I mean, obviously in the moment, it was the best feeling ever. It felt like I was on cloud nine there for a little bit, but you know what? I would have taken the win over that any day of the week.
And here he is talking about feeling good about the start of his career.
I like my start. I feel like I'm getting a little more comfortable each game and learning each game and, going to continue to learn. Obviously, I'm still a young kid in this league. And, but, I like where it's at right now. Obviously, I want to build
2 minutes.
A few things.
And finally, here's Coach T talking about the performance of the rookie, Logan Cooley.
Yeah, really happy. I think he played good for us since the start of the season. I think it was good to get the monkey off his back and get the first goal. And
so we'll talk more about the Yotes coming up here a little bit later, about an hour or so, as Steve Peters will join us. But finally, sadly, we lost Bob Knight last night. Here is a compilation of some of his famous quotes.
I'll paraphrase Churchill a little bit when he talked about the Battle of Britain. Never have so many thought they knew so much and actually knew so little.
I don't think I would ever qualify as a biblical scholar.
I mean, that's what I get paid to do. No motivational device I've ever come across is as good as this.
Your players were asked this too. Do they fear you at times on the court?
I mean, I wouldn't know why. I never carry a gun with me. I mean, what am I going to do? I mean, I'm going to play. If I've ever shot a kid, I'm scared to play for me. If I walked out there and I'm saying, boy, that son of a bitch shot 3 guys last year.
He'll be missed. Sounds of the night are driven by the Valley Chevy dealer. See your Valley Chevy dealer today. It's truck season. Every truck has a story. Make yours a strong one. Chevy truck season. Starting next week, we are your home to win big screen TVs. We are giving you a chance with Twin Peaks. Got 5 of them. And Chevy's like, hey, we want in. So now they're going to give one away. So starting next week, you'll be able to text Chevy to 59925, and you'll win a big screen TV from them. We're out here at Scottsdale Twin Peaks. Happy hour is getting underway in about an hour and a half. And we'll tell you more about that thanks to our friends at Balloon and Coors Light. But the Devils are coming off a huge upset win over Washington State. They'll travel to Salt Lake to take on Utah. Sun Devils assistant head coach Charlie Ragel's next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Twin Peaks.
Be clear. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Walter Davis, the Suns' 6-time All-Star and all-time leading scorer, died at 69 years old. They play the Spurs tonight. ASU football defensive coordinator Brian Ward is receiving a 3-year extension. They play UCLA on Saturday. The Diamondbacks have a couple of Silver Slugger finalists in Ketel Marte and Corbin Carroll. The Cardinals have re-signed running back Tony Jones Jr. to the practice squad. James Conner remains on injured reserve while Amari DiMercato is dealing with a toe injury. The Coyotes play their second game in as many days versus the Canadiens. Connor Ingram is in goal. I'm Seth Everett on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Time for a new smart TV? Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are giving away 5 65-inch smart TVs. Text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree blue moon and Coors Light man-sized drafts.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen, and the choice of powerful engines to pick from, Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Maricopa County Air Quality Department encourages everyone to burn cleaner, burn better. Consider converting your existing wood-burning fireplace to gas or electric. And please remember, on no burn days, do not burn wood.
Today's news requires more facts, more context, and more analysis. The world's never been harder to understand. That's why it's never been more important to try. MSNBC. Understand more.
He's there.
iPhone 15 Pro on Verizon and more Apple gifts for the fam.
This holiday, trade in any iPhone in any condition for a great deal on the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium, Apple TV 4K, and Apple One with unlimited Ultimate. Additional terms and conditions apply. Go to your local Verizon store now.
Some intimate parts need the gentle, easy trim of a Gillette trimmer, and some need the closeness and comfort of a Gillette Intimate razor, while others need a Gillette anti-chafe stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get down there. Buy now.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun. The action. DraftKings is yours. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Let's talk Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Regal now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. You're hot. Courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to crestins.com.
Well, Arizona State broke an 8-game Pac-12 losing streak and a 6-game losing streak with their win over Washington State on homecoming night, 38-27. Joining us now to discuss the win and look ahead to this Saturday is Charlie Regal, assistant head coach for the Sun Devils and special teams coordinator, who joins us now thanks to Crest Insurance. How you doing, buddy? What's going on? It's nice to talk to you after a win.
Yes, it is. It's much better this way than the alternative for the last several weeks. So life is good. Yeah. Life is good. Before we get into this, man, I just shout out to the Diamondbacks, man. What a run. You know, that was a heck of a run, and it was entertaining for all of us fans in the Valley. I know it didn't end the way anybody wanted, but they had a hell of a year. So hats off to those guys.
You know, it was a physical game for you, Coach, against Washington State. I was fortunate to be there. I was very disappointed, and I know you're not going to comment it, but I will. I'm allowed to, that there wasn't a better crowd there. I know the D-backs were playing at the same time. It's Halloween on campus, but I was a little disappointed that, you know, there weren't more kids and more students there. But for whatever it's worth, it didn't matter. You got the W. Seemed like you guys were really on it. And now that you have a win like that over a really pretty good team, how do you take that and start building on it?
Well, I think if you look and you know, and you guys obviously have it, if you followed us all season long, you know, like we've been close so many times, right? And finally kick through the door was, you know, it was rewarding to see the kids after the game and just the emotion in the locker room. That was something really, really special. Just, I think there was a lot of, you know, just, you know, you come into work every week and you grind and you don't get the results that you want. It gets tough and it gets overbearing at times. And so I think that win really helped us in more ways than just winning, if that makes sense. And I think the guys know that we've been in every game that we've lined up in this fall. We haven't done this or that to close certain games out, but the guys know that they can go anywhere in the country and compete with anybody. It's doing those little things. And I think you know, winning is a confidence factor involved. And I think that these guys know, just to your point, that we beat a good football team. We've been close in several other opportunities. The expectation is to win. And now that, hey, we've done it, we've got to go do it again. I think that that little extra confidence is enough to hopefully push us through and help us collect a few more wins down the stretch run here as we finish out the season.
Charlie, Rock talks about, you guys are on it. I felt that you guys have been on it the entire season. Now, there might have been a little bit of an issue over here, issue over there. You guys overcome the 9 penalties. I love, Charlie, the balance with this passing game and running game, 274 to 235. But the stat I always look at, Coach, third down conversions to keep the ball, keep your defense off the field, and drive 8 for 11 third down conversions. So it looks like the balance is paying off in those kind of games.
Not only that, we don't have to punt.
Exactly. I didn't go there, Coach. I didn't go there.
That's great.
No, you're right. I mean, I think that anytime, and you know this, and as an offensive guy, like anytime that you have balance in your game plan and you're able to distribute it the way we were on Saturday, you've got teams guessing, so to speak. And, we were able to really run the ball and then come through with some key, plays in the passing game and some big plays at that. It was a really, really good offensive game plan. And those guys went out and executed at a high level, our offensive staff and Coach Dillingham and the players. And, we've got to continue to play at that level. And I think that if we do it, to your point, it was a good, clean in terms of all 3 phases. We were able to execute at high levels. And I think when you get that, obviously the results speak for themselves.
Charlie, you got the Utes in Salt Lake City. Look, you guys played Washington really, really tough. Oregon went in there and just destroyed them offensively and on defense. I know that assistant coaches pore over film. Was there anything at all that you guys could glean for what Oregon did defensively to shut them down that might translate into how your defense reacts this weekend?
Yeah, no, there's absolutely no doubt about it. We've certainly taken a few things that we saw that we think can help us in our defensive scheme. There's no doubt about that. I think, though, before you get into talking schematics of this game, I think this is really a mentality football game. There's just games, and Coach Dillingham has talked on this since to our team since we got here, about the program that Coach Whittingham has developed and cultivated there at Utah, and just the culture. And, those guys approach it with just such a physical toughness to everything they do. And we know that this game, before we get into schemes of any sort, we've got to go there with the right mindset that, hey, this is going to be a physical football game in all 3 phases. And that we have to bring our lunch pail and go to work. We've got to bring the fight to Utah. Because if we don't, it doesn't matter what we do schematically, we don't have a chance to win. So that has been the mentality that we've taken to practice all week. That's what Coach Dillingham has preached to our football team. That's what us assistant coaches have preached to our players. And that's what we're expecting to do when we go up there and play on Saturday afternoon.
So Scattaboo and Brooks, I mean, what they're doing is amazing on the ground. You're winning on the ground. So for all the people that are, listening, they're Utah fans, you guys are going to throw the ball all day, right? You're throwing the ball, right? Those guys aren't playing this week.
Air raid, baby.
Air raid, yeah. I mean, talk about those guys, especially Scattaboo. You get him from Sac State and what he has been able to accomplish. I mean, this kid, I love the guy, man. I can see him really making a name for himself as a Sun Devil.
No, absolutely. I mean, I think it is, when you have 2 backs like DeCarlos and Scat, like those guys, they feed off each other, and the competition just breeds, a realm of excellence, if you will. Those guys are pushing each other to be better constantly. And, I think it's a great 1-2 punch with having those 2 guys. And the running styles are similar but different in the sense that Cam, DeCarlos has got a little bit more, I don't want to say shake in his game, but he's got a little bit that different style where Cam is going to give you some physical running and pounding, but can also, get out and run at a good clip himself. But then, you come back and give the ball to DeCarlos and he'll make those tough runs and give you some physical toughness as well. So it really is a great combination between those 2. And to have those guys and use them the way we have has really helped our offense.
And Coach, the way you're using Elijah Badger, 4 runs, 4 catches, about 80 yards total offense, and strong. How far did he carry that pile on a 1 run? It seemed like he got these 10, 15 yards or so.
Yeah, it was. It was about 15 yards, and he had an impressive day. And you know what? He continues to have a great week of practice this week, and he's a headache for teams. There's no doubt about it, whether it's in the run game or in the throw game. You got to know where he's at all times because he is a next-level player, and he's certainly playing at a high level right now for us, which is, again, another asset to helping our offense be successful.
Coach, last one, just being on the Sun Devil side, watching you guys, I love watching behind the bench. Who has more steps? Is it you or Dillingham? Because both you guys are going up and down, up and down. I mean, it's got to be pretty close, Coach. Got to be close with the steps on the watch.
He keeps you on my toes. That's for darn sure, man. I'm getting old, man. I don't need to be going up and down as much as he does. He's got more energy. He better have it, but he's keeping me on my toes, keeping me working for sure. But it's been great. It's been great, and just the way that these guys continue to work and come out every Saturday and play hard is what has been refreshing. Even though the wins haven't been as many as we obviously want, the way the kids have attacked this first season and the mentality, I think, is an insight to what's going to come in the future for us. And obviously, we're really excited about that and excited about the opportunity we got to go to Salt Lake City this Saturday and come back with a W.
Keep them going, Coach. Thanks so much for the time as always, buddy. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys as always. Go Devils.
It's Charlie Regal joining us. He's presented by the Crest Insurance Group. Crest Insurance Group offers personal, business, and specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. They are huge. Just go to crestins.com. That's Crest Insurance, crestins.com. So we appreciate Charlie Regal for joining us as he does every Thursday at this time. We have teamed up with Putting World. We talked about it quite a bit over the last few weeks. They're in Scottsdale. And now we're giving you a chance to win a gold membership for a month, a putter fitting for a performance coach so you can get fitted for your putter. A lot of people don't do that. I gave Manuch a lesson about 12 years ago.
You did.
But it didn't work when we played in the fan appreciation event because you finished last.
I was getting there.
You were getting there. You needed more than 36 holes. Also, a $250 gift card for Putting World in the Bar 19 bar. So all you got to do is text PUT to 59925. That's PUT to 59925, and you can do it daily. Standard message and data rates do apply. Again, that's PUT to 59925, and you can enter daily. So good luck. Coming up, it's National Sandwich Day.
Ooh.
So what's a sandwich? But first, it's our football at 50, as you will be shocked to know how much the Raiders now owe 2 former coaches. It's nuts. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Check this out.
This is The Herd.
You're excited. I'm excited.
With Colin Cowherd.
They are, as we said last Friday, this was going to be a Dallas win and with a chance to be a dominating win. They do a lot of things Buffalo does. You're not sure what you get week to week. The Cowboys have become the ultimate tease. About every third weekend, they look like the greatest football team ever created.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during Chevy's truck season. Every truck has a story. Make yours a strong one. It's Chevy truck season. See your Valley Chevy dealers today.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. At State 48 Roofing, we are family-owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
When you buy Kroger brand products, you feel like you're winning. That's because they offer proven quality at lower than low prices. In fact, we guarantee that you and your family will love how Kroger brand products taste, or you get your money back. So next time you're shopping for the family, look for delicious Kroger brand products, because they'll make you all feel like you're winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Fries, fresh for everyone.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 9.
You're hot.
The iHeartRadio app.
So the other day, the management of the Las Vegas Raiders decided to overhaul the team and fire both their head coach, Josh McDaniels, and their general manager, David Ziegler. So how much can Josh McDaniels and John Gruden get paid? There's a report that says since McDaniels signed that 6-year contract worth $60 million last year, and John Gruden, on the other hand, had 6 years remaining on his 10-year deal that was worth $100 million. It's somewhere between $40 and $80 million guaranteed to those two guys.
Damn.
Now, the only caveat to this is the Gruden situation is no one really knows the deal because it's an undisclosed settlement. What's going with all that, the buyout, which I should say still remains undisclosed. So we don't know the specifics there, but it could range $0 to $40 million. And that's just nuts to think that there's that much money still there.
Well, and Rock, also, he's taking this to court. He's looking to
That's why it's an undisclosed settlement.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not, and he does not want to settle. He wants to take this to court.
Good.
He wants the judge to go and determine how much he's going to make. So that windfall for John Gruden, for all this to find out who leaked it, because he wants to take this to court to see who's the individual that leaked all these emails. So he could end up with another $50 million besides what they owe him.
Bears fired their running back coach, David Walker, as they let him go. This is the second coach to go for the Chicago Bears this year. So he is out. I guess he didn't uphold the organizational standards that they have there in Chicago.
And he was warned.
That's what it sounds
He
like.
was warned.
He's not there. Taylor Heineke, excuse me. I don't know why I always mess it up. Heineke is now going to be the starter for the Atlanta Falcons. So there's your football at 50, which is brought to you every day at this time by Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Patio in Scottsdale, place to watch Buckeye games. This week it's Rutgers, so they'll have the barbecue, or not the barbecue, they'll have the brunch going at 9 a.m. Typically when the game's at 12:30 or 1, they don't have the brunch. So just so you two guys know when you're doing the promo, do not push the brunch when the game's at 1 o'clock. Yeah, okay. So just so you know.
Well, brunch is typically 10 to 2 o'clock.
No,
That's typically
not in football.
Yeah, it is.
By the way, this will be the last week for the brunch at those places.
Oh, okay.
Because
All
time
right.
change. So Upper Crust, the Ohio State alumni home for Phoenix. All right, our random fact today brought to you by the Valley Chevy Dealers. This is an argument we've had before, but we like to talk some nonsense once in a while, and this is one of them.
Who, us?
So I want to just preface by saying or asking Manuch. And Jimmy, you can sit this one out because this is just war I have with Manuch.
All right. Fair enough.
Because he'll fight me on this.
Okay.
Webster's dictionary. What's in the dictionary? What is a definition is factual, right?
Typically,
would you say
sure.
not typically?
Yeah.
Would you say that
that's
if I read to you the definition of something in Webster's dictionary, it's facts, and you gotta abide by it.
Sure, I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on board. Webster's dictionary.
Definition of a sandwich.
Okay, go ahead.
An item of food consisting of 2 pieces of bread.
Sure.
With meat, cheese, or other filling between them, eaten as a light meal.
Sure.
All right, good.
Sure, got it.
All right, with that being said, there was a survey that polled questions on what's a sandwich, what's not a sandwich. Manuch, PB&J.
Sandwich.
Okay. Breakfast bagel.
Breakfast bagel. I would call that a sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah.
Burger.
Hamburger's a hamburger.
It's a sandwich.
It's a hamburger.
It's under sandwiches when you go to McDonald's drive-thru. You're there every night.
It's
You
a
see
bun.
it right there on the left. When you're getting the number one, the Big Mac with the fries, it says Big Mac sandwich.
See, that's right. That's
What do you mean? The definition's there.
It's not
meat between 2 pieces of bread.
It's not bread. It's a bun. There's the difference right therein lies a bun versus 2 slices of bread. That's the connotation.
So let me ask you: is a bun bread? Where do you get a bun?
A bun is made of wheat, and it's a bun.
It's not necessarily wheat.
Piece of bread.
It's not necessarily wheat.
If I'm going to buy bread.
Do you have a wheat hot dog bun? I've never had a wheat hot dog bun.
I've had them years ago.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
So
Now,
how about a hot dog?
that's a hot dog. It's not a sandwich.
A sandwich.
No, it's not a
You
sandwich.
said, see, this is my whole beef with you.
It's
You're so wrong when the definition clearly says
slices
it consists
of bread.
2 pieces of bread.
Bread.
Yes.
Not buns.
A bun's not bread.
Bun is not bread. It's
Really, it's
made,
not.
It's made out
And you're
of
not a quarterback.
Made out of flour. Made out of flour, obviously. So those are buns. There's bread. There's
So let me ask you: if you go into your local Safeway, Albertsons,
Sure.
and you're like, hey, can you tell me where the buns are?
Yeah, you go to the buns.
Okay, what area are they in?
They're typically in the bread area.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
They're right in the bread area. Why would they put them in the bread area if they're not bread?
If I want sandwich slices, that's definite. Sandwich, not a bun. If I want buns, I'm not going to put a burger on my sandwich slices. I'm putting one on a bun. Same with a hot dog. Hot
You're
dog
wrong.
bun.
You're absolutely wrong.
I think if Webster's was to clarify that, they might put, and here's the
You don't think they would have
addendum.
done it by now?
I think the addendum. Buns are not classified
Addendum.
as sandwiches.
But a bun is bread.
4
A
minutes.
bun is a bun. It's not.
Manuch, you're not doing anybody any favors in the hot dog is not a sandwich community because I am in that place where
No
a hot
way.
dog is not a sandwich, but you're not making a compelling argument.
He's not. Can
And
you
we're
make a better
losing-
one that it's
we're
not?
losing the ground. Yes, the argument that I would make because you used the dictionary and you said 2 pieces,
Yes.
2 pieces of bread. A hot dog bun is one continuous piece. So that would be my argument for why hot dog is out. But I'm with you. Hamburger is a sandwich. Hamburger counts. Hot dog does not.
But they're both buns.
They are both buns, 1,000%.
Yeah,
but
they're
you said
buns.
2 pieces of bread. And in
Yeah.
the case of a hot dog, it's just 1 piece. You put the hot
Then
dog
why
in
is it
between
that
the
I
bun.
buy the cheap one? It always falls apart. It's 2 pieces.
That's a different. We need a whole other segment for that.
Because anyway, National Sandwich Day today. That's why I bring that up.
Have a sandwich.
There's your useless knowledge, your random useless knowledge, as we like to give you. Each and every day brought to you by the Valley Chevy Dealers. It's truck season. Every truck has a story. Make yours a strong one. It's
3
Chevy
minutes.
truck season. What else do I have? This one I thought was quite interesting. Staying with some. Let's go back to some football. This weekend, ESPN is going to test a red zone style broadcast for college football with Pat McAfee. It's going to include Reese Davis as well, and they are basically going to break in and do highlights like we watch the red zone. Red zone's phenomenal.
I love the red.
So they're going to try it with college football. The only caveat, which I think is a joke, the biggest game on Saturday night is LSU Bama.
Yep.
But because it's on CBS, they are only going to show the Disney-owned games. That's BS.
Oh, it's too bad. I mean, that's the
I
game
love
of
McAfee.
games.
I know there's people that don't like him out there. I tend to watch him a lot. I think he's good. I think he's become a hell of a I don't say character, but a broadcaster.
Personality,
Personality, yeah.
Entertainer.
And then when you got Reese Davis holding the fort, I think this is going to be a hell of a product. So they'll have Iowa State, Kansas, USC, Washington, Rice, SMU. They got Mississippi State, Kentucky, NC State, Miami, UTEP, and Western Kentucky. But they won't have the biggest game, which is LSU Bama, which that's a fraud.
Something about the ESPN and CBS. And all the
of
above.
course that's what it is.
I know, but I mean that's
it's just they should figure out if you're going to do it,
like
do it
that
right.
forever. It's been like that forever.
What do you mean never? They've never done this before. This is the first time they've ever done this.
No. The things with the networks.
Red Zone doesn't have that problem.
Well,
it's because it's owned by the NFL Network.
I understand
that's the difference.
Well, this is where there's some suits that need to make a call and source CBS when you're going to show the highlight.
That doesn't surprise me. They're going to do that. It's territorial.
That's just a joke.
That's territorial.
How do you have a red zone which when you're in the 20, you're at the 20, red zone, the light goes on, and you can't go to the biggest game?
To different networks. That's where
come on. Then it's not a red zone. It's not a pure red zone.
It's not. It's just the ABC, ESPN red zone. They have to clarify it.
Yeah, I can tell you this. And back in the day.
Oh, here we go. You two guys were back in the day.
No, I'm just going to
Those
say
were good days, by the way.
They really were.
They were great days.
Working for ABC Sports and ESPN once ESPN was created, we never ever mentioned CBS, NBC. You never did that ever.
Territorial there, buddy.
There you go.
But CBS Sports, or excuse me, ESPN Sports Center is going to show highlights on CBS.
They will, yes.
Sure. So, anyway, Yotes coming up overtime loss. With Coach Pete. He will join us. We also got our underdog selections for the week, and you will have a chance to challenge one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls here at the Scottsdale location at 2:45. But we'll get our top stories right out of the gate next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. Clear.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday Night Tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Need a big screen TV? Twin Peaks, along with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, are giving away 5 65-inch smart TVs. Yes, 5. Text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Great drink specials kick off every football Thursday at all of the 5 Twin Peaks locations. Twin Peaks, the home of the 29-degree Blue Moon and Coors Light man-sized drafts.
The iHeartRadio app and the NFL right in your pocket. The home of the NFL Podcast Network, covering all 32 NFL teams, plus all the expert advice to win your fantasy league. And, of course, live NFL games.
Touchdown!
Download the free iHeartRadio app today. Free never sounded so good.
NBA fans, the wait is over. Basketball is back. And DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is celebrating with an unbeatable offer. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for throwing down $5 on the NBA. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. You'll start the season with an instant dub. And with DraftKings parlays, everyone's got a shot at even bigger basketball wins. String together multiple bets from the same game or build your parlay across multiple games for a shot at making your payday even sweeter. Basketball's more fun when you're in on the action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code 910. New customers can get $200 in bonus bets instantly for betting just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code 910. The crown is yours. 21 and over, Arizona only. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa"?
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand, the best a man can get down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Get unlimited wireless from Boost Infinite. Infinitely better. Learn more at boostinfinite.com.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
The Coyotes play their second game in as many days versus the Canadiens. Connor Ingram is in goal. Walter Davis, the Suns' six-time All-Star and all-time leading scorer, died at 69 years old. They play the Spurs tonight. ASU football defensive coordinator Brian Ward is receiving a 3-year extension. They play UCLA on Saturday. The Diamondbacks have a couple of Silver Slugger finalists in Ketel Marte and Corbin Carroll. The Cardinals have re-signed running back Tony Jones Jr. to the practice squad. James Conner remains on injured reserve while Amari DiMercado is dealing with a toe injury. I'm Seth Everett on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword deposit at foxsports910.com. That's deposit at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Another nice day on tap as we head into the latter part of your work week. Today, look for temperatures in those mid-80s with plenty of sunshine. And then for tonight, we'll continue with those clear skies, but those temperatures dipping down into the mid to upper 50s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. OMG, hot and crisp nacho fries are back, and there's even more fries to love now at Taco Bell. But it's now or never. Yeah, these fries covered in bold Mexican spices with nacho cheese sauce are only here for a limited time at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only, while supplies last.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101. Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
It's happened! The Texas Rangers win the World Series!
You're hot.
And with that, the Diamondbacks' magical season is over. They left 9 guys with runners in scoring position over the first 6 innings in that game when Zach Gallen was peaking, throwing a no-hitter. D-backs had a runner, I think, on third with twice with 2 outs, but could not get the run across. And, maybe they just ran out of gas. You got, a somewhat young roster.
Could be true, Rock.
Maybe you're pressing and the pressure. I will say this. I can't name one Texas Ranger fan. I don't know any, but damn, were they in attendance last night?
They were.
I can see D-back fans. You're down 3-1. You can make a nice penny on your ticket. You've been there. You experienced the game. Maybe you went the game before. I can see selling your tickets, but man, it was loud in there when it came to the Ranger fans.
Yeah.
I was so impressed by the Ranger fans traveling like that.
You look at the game, there were dead runners at first and third with no outs one time, line drive, then double play. That's the inning. The other thing that really surprised me with the 10 strikeouts, you had 3 or 4 called strikeouts to end an inning. And as far as things around the plate, you got to be swinging when things are close. And I know Uvalde's a hell of a pitcher, but to your point, Rob, he got out of a jam for 4 innings straight. When they didn't score in the bottom of 4th, I said, damn, they're only going to get so many chances. Because you knew he was going to settle down and really start to, pitch like we're used to seeing him pitch. But if you got a good pitch like that, if you don't get on him right now or take advantage with runners in scoring position, runners on base, then at that point, eventually he's going to settle down and you're going to start to see him go to an on-to level. And then we got to give him credit. Some of the fielding plays are phenomenal. Seager, Simeon,
Yep.
Up the middle.
Yep. I can say this. Zach Gallen pitched his ass off. Probably the best game that he has thrown all year long, and he did it in that closeout game. Had no hitter going through 6 innings. A tremendous performance by Zach Gallen. And we questioned a little bit on the show was he starting to run out of gas a little bit?
34 career starts. That was the most this year.
Yes.
You know, he went 2-3 in the postseason, in 6 postseason starts. Close to almost a 5 ERA.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe his arm was tired.
Well, maybe the extra day by going by committee, by
could have been,
bullpen in Game 5 might have helped him that extra day.
Maybe.
And then yesterday, instead of going, starting him a day sooner, and then if he wins, go Merrill Kelly today. Go Saturday. So I think that's maybe the game plan. They felt, well, maybe they sensed he was, running out of gas. Maybe his pitches, his location went where they wanted to. And they said, let's do this, committee by bullpen by committee and go
Sucks.
Game 5, which really, you're right, right? It was.
Who was it?
I've never seen that before.
Was it Tampa or Houston that first started it?
I think it was Tampa.
Okay. It's like it's stuck.
Yeah.
I just don't understand the amount of money that these organizations have that you can't have. I can see a fifth.
Yeah,
a
the fifth
starter,
sure.
But how can you not have four starters?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think when was
and
it
Nelson, he could have went. In retrospect, he pitched well the day before.
Well, he threw 5 innings. Ryan Nelson came in and threw 5 innings in that game. I think it's kind of interesting when you saw when Tampa Bay was in the World Series when Sale was just literally sailing along. He was money, and they yanked him because of the sabermetrics or the analytics, and they get beat. I mean, he was money.
Yep.
And what's interesting? He's gone to San Diego, and he's a good pitcher, but you don't see for some reason the same kind of moxie or ability that he had when he was with Tampa. But I'll never forget that. I'm going, it's a World Series.
Yeah.
Why are you yanking him? Sure enough, they end up getting beat. Bullpen comes in, gives up the lead.
Yeah, a big question. We'll talk about it quite a bit over the next 6 months is what will this team do to get over that hump, to win a world championship again? Will they spend some money? We know that, there's talk that they are going to, up their spending for the upcoming season, but we'll see who's out there, what players are out there, what free agents are out there. Will there be some trades? D-backs were 21st out of 30 in player spending. And you look through what they did to get through Philly and L.A., both those were 4 and 5 respectively. The Rangers, they were number 10. If the D-backs can get in that 15, 13,
in that area,
make some tweaks, get a couple starters. I think another guy for the 8th inning, possibly a Ginkgo I really like, maybe in the 7th inning or somebody like that. But I still think they need that star player,
they do.
that big bat, that someone that you fear.
I would agree.
Like
they need a face.
Yeah, like they've always needed a face. I mean, that was one thing that we've always talked about this organization not having that identity. It was Kirk Gibson. I mean, it wasn't Luis back then. Well, the 2001 was a little bit different because you had 5 faces, right? Or 4 faces.
Multiple.
But then over the last 10, 15 years, Tony La Russa.
Yeah.
Really? Paul Goldschmidt didn't want it. Right?
That's
We
right.
talked about that multiple times. But they haven't had that face.
Goldschmidt, would you consider him the face?
No,
he didn't want it.
He didn't want it.
He didn't want it.
As we're saying, he didn't want the face.
He didn't want it.
Yeah,
and at least we don't know that for sure.
And you know what?
But they still, maybe it's Carroll, Corbin Carroll. I think the fact that you knew it. I mean, we were at the bar last night. And that first inning, he gets on base, and we all looked at each other. He's going.
Oh, sure is.
And I said, good, small ball. They're going back to that. And he's, he stole second.
Yeah.
But then they couldn't get him in, But anyway, I think it was a hell of a season. Everybody involved should be applauded. D-back fans came out. I was a little disappointed in what they did the night before. I wasn't on yesterday to bitch about this fan base that made us, I think, look quite embarrassing with the paper planes and stuff like that, and the kid running on the field and all that other BS that went on. Come on. It shows that we are an immature sports town. It really does. I mean, you stand up for cancer. It was a great moment on television.
Awesome.
And you idiots who were at the game decided to fold those things up and then use them as airplanes to throw them on the field.
Yeah.
That's BS.
Yeah, I
Give me a freaking break.
And for me losing a sister to see that, I was insulted, Rock. I was embarrassed.
Should have been.
And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Those had names of people on them.
Yes.
Or your family or friends, and you got to fold them out and send them out there. I'm like, are you kidding me? After you honored those individuals, you want to go ahead and, I mean, come on.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
What
and
they
it
did.
was a great scene by
It
doing
really was.
It really was.
So
And one thing I think about this team moving forward, okay, competing against the Joneses, okay, they're not going to outspend the Braves or the Dodgers or the Phillies, on and on and on. But I think if the way this team played, at least initially in the first half of the season, you keep that core nucleus and you figure out why that team played like they did in the second half, as bad as they played, and to sneak in the back door. I think from here on out, okay, how do they, if they can, compete with the Dodgers, not with the salaries, but in a way that on the field they'll be able to go ahead and match them and maybe vie for National League West title and not fade in the second half, are some of the things I think Kent Kendrick's going to sit down with Mike Hazen and talk about.
Here's the State 48 Roofing question that we are using today. What area hurt the D-backs the most in this World Series? Was it hitting, starting rotation, bullpen, or managerial decisions? Those are your 4 choices. You can go to the website, or I should say our Twitter page at Roc and Manuch. That's our State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day. For a free quote, head to state48roofing.com. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I'll give you a quick update for those folks that have not gone to at Roc and Manuch.
Not yet.
Hitting, leading it at 60%, followed by, gentlemen, manager decisions at 20%.
Oh.
Then the bullpen, last but not least, the starting rotation at 6.7%.
The only manager decision that I was upset with, and we've talked about this ad nauseum, was the
bullpen
committee. Yeah, the
start,
bullpen
yeah.
committee
2 minutes.
starts. That's, for me, I thought everything else was relatively sound.
It's interesting. You watch all the Major League Baseball and ESPN and blah, blah, blah. They're like stunned. He's going to do what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know. And I just hear more and more people go, okay, there was a flaw there. And my intention was maybe they gave the extra day because they didn't have that 4-starter for Gallen to be able to throw like he did last night. That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay.
Speaking of the manager, Shu, let's play the 2 cuts, cut 2 and 3, which is Torrey sorry to the fans, and then the one want to get away. If you're all right, fire off that first one for us, please.
This fan base was behind us, and they were ready to go at every turn to root us on, cheer us on, and allow something good to happen. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry I didn't do my job to get us there, but I will. We all will.
The 4 sniffles.
And, we know they're out there. We love them. They can say what they want to us in the good times and the bad, but we know what they want. They want a world championship as badly as we do. We all bleed Sedona red.
Rock, they did everything they could possibly do aside from winning the title. They lost to a better team.
Yeah,
that's
clearly,
and they clearly were.
They weren't 1-run games,
right?
They got blown out.
Yeah, but still, they were there in a year where people just would have been happy if they would have been 500.
Yeah. And finally, this was a really cool side of Torrey. We're basically calling it, you know the Southwest commercials. If you want to get away, here he is talking about going camping to get away.
I want to run away and hide for a few days. I want to go camping and just sit in the tent and suck my thumb, and eat ice cream.
That's great.
The hell
camping answer you guys have ever had right now.
I
really,
go down
I
to
really
Cabo.
Like the guy, man. I mean, no, you don't want to go to Cabo.
I go down to Cabo.
You want to go to Mexico?
I go sit on a beach and get on Cabo, sit on a beach, have some Coronas, some salsa chips. And
Clearly, Torrey's a family guy. You saw him after the game, and it's just. Hey, if the guy wants to go camping, let him go camping. Don't tell me he needs to go to Mexico.
Yeah, really.
Take the whole family down there. You get out of the way of everybody. But if he's a camping guy, I know he's a hell of a handyman. Saw special. He makes all kinds of stuff.
Is it Bob Vila?
Kind of a Bob Vila kind of guy.
Are you a Bob Vila?
No, not me
I'm far from
whatsoever,
it.
man.
I am so bad.
I'll be the first. No, honey.
I have enough trouble just getting the trash can to the end of
I can do that.
the curb.
Hey, I could put a chain on a bicycle. I could do
See,
that.
I used to be able to do that.
Yeah,
as a kid, I could do a lot more than I can do now.
Yeah,
remember as a kid, you knew how to change a tire.
Yeah,
sure.
Right now, I could probably get it done.
Yeah.
But it would take me a long time.
That's
Whereas in high school, man, I knew how to do that. Dad made you learn how to do it.
Hey, I was a hell of a lawnmower back in the day. I'd go up and down the neighborhood.
I'd mow yards.
$5.
Mike's Lawn Service was the best in South Jersey. I made it snow removal. And hey, our team of guys here, we're not doing well in our underdog picks. I mean, we're just not. So, with that being said, who's leading halfway during the season? Who's truly in the doghouse? We're hoping to improve this week. We're live from Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. It's Roc and Manuch with Jamie.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys are 5-2, coming off their best win of the season. Now they head to Philly to battle the 7-1 Eagles. It all starts Sunday at 1:45 on Fox Sports 910, presented by HornCars.com.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Right Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at righttoyota.com.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar is your home for a variety of homemade, made-to-order pizzas, calzone, pastas, and more. But it's more than great Italian food. It's your home for college and pro football. Watch games all weekend. Plus, enter to win a free big screen TV every month. Upper Crust is the official home of the Ohio State Alumni Club of Phoenix. Upper Crust, on the southeast corner of Cave Creek on the 101, always has incredible daily specials. Pizza and football. A perfect match at Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar.
The Maricopa County Air Quality Department encourages everyone to burn cleaner, burn better. Consider converting your existing wood-burning fireplace to gas or electric. And please remember, on no burn days, do not burn wood.
Tune in Saturday morning from 9 to 11 for Backspin, the golf show presented by Ping. Play your best. The Backspin boys take you inside the ropes every week with guests and great debates on the game. Backspin, the golf show on Fox Sports 910.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101.
$1 zillion. The question is, who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Most weekend bettors prefer to lay their money down on favorites because they can't get their head around backing an underdog. Not Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. They're all about the dogs. Time now for the guys' dog picks of the week on Fox Sports 910.
I think we have a better shot of having our dogs. Like if I got my dog Guinness and I put, all right, UConn versus Tennessee plus 36 and wherever he goes to grab the treat or whatever, which treat, we have a better shot than any of us.
I'd agree.
None of us are over 500.
No.
So here are the standings right now. Jackson and I are tied for first, followed by Manuch. I don't even know why you're even doing the show. Jimmy. I mean, you really don't do well this kind of stuff, do you?
Not picking dogs, no.
No.
Not my thing.
No. I mean,
1 and 9?
If this wasn't 2023 and
I know.
local radio, I could have had some fun with that.
I know you could have.
But you can't do that anymore. You have to be PC, and I don't feel like hitting the disclaimer button. But anyway, let's look at last week.
Do we have to?
Yep. BYU plus 19 at Texas. I lost that one. Manuch had Wyoming at Boise State. He also lost that. Jimmy, of course, we don't even need to tell you, he lost at Utah and Oregon plus 6.5. Jack's lost as well with Duke and Louisville, and then Utah and Oregon. That was Shu as well. And the reason why I didn't bring up Shu earlier, he got late in the game, but he's hoping for his first victory this weekend as well. So with that being said, week 10 of college, week 9 of NFL. It doesn't have to be college, but we tend to lean that way. I'm going to go with UConn plus 36. They've had 4 straight games decided by 7 points or less. It is at Tennessee. I get it, but 36 is huge. So I have nothing to lose. I'm batting 500 right now, and I will go with the Huskies at plus 36.
I might have a little bit too much purple in my blood right now, but number 23 K-State at number 7 Texas. Texas is going to give the Cats 4. My Cats have done extremely well defensively the last couple of games. Offensively, they're on a roll. Hopefully they can keep that Texas offense off the field. I'm going to go with my Cats here. You're going to get the 4 points. Hopefully we cover. Hopefully we win down there at UT Austin. But UT Austin is on a roll. But it's that purple pride coming through, gentlemen.
There you go. Well, look, I really suck pond water, and I'm proud of it. But you might remember when we had Charlie Regal on the show, I asked him a question. If indeed they investigated the Oregon walloping of Utah, he said absolutely, copycats, that's what they do, and they found some things that they're going to implement. So I am going to go with a team that is coming off a very sound victory at home over Washington State, took the Washington Huskies all the way till the end of the game. I have a feeling, just another feeling, that Utah is going to be down in the dumps, and it is going to be a ASU cover because I'm getting 11. Getting 11 ASU on the road against the Utes.
I will tell you, I mean, in the 5 years that we've been doing this together, we were at 2 different stations, but that was probably the best breakdown you have ever done.
Ever, Jimmy.
I mean, really? I was like, who is this guy? I mean, you took the time, like you even may have had it prepped. Like you read it. Don't go too far. Go too far, Rob.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm like, I literally was listening. Yeah. I normally just don't, but that was really good.
Well, but he even
brought in a guest that we had on earlier in the show.
Yes. He kind of
That's why you're a pro, man. That's why Jimmy B's a pro. All right, Jax, what do you got?
I'm going to go with the Arizona Wildcats plus 3. I think this is a team that you don't want to play in the Pac-12, led by Noah Fafita. They're also 7-1 against the spread. I like the Wildcats at home. Too many weapons for UCLA, Manuch. I like Noah Fafita.
Yeah, I like him too. Could be. So hopefully.
All right, Shu, we got to get you on the board here, buddy.
Look, we have to learn from our losses, right? We can't just be 0-2 and not learn anything. So what we learned last week, don't pick the same game as Jimmy B ever again.
Damn
We've
straight.
learned that that's not going to happen. So I'm not going there this week. But
Wise,
I learned my
Shu.
lesson in picking against Alabama. Give me LSU plus 3 against this Bama team. This LSU offense, first in yards per game, second in points per game. This offense is extremely explosive, and I'm not sure if Alabama is going to be able to keep up offensively, so I will take the points with LSU.
It's in Tuscaloosa.
It is.
Interesting. That's where game day will be as well. And if you have heard, Pat McAfee and Reese Davids are going to do a kind of an NFL-style red zone on ESPN, I believe ESPN2 or something, starting on Saturday night, but you will not see those highlights because it's CBS, not ESPN. Some watch parties for you this weekend. Arena Sports Grill has got Nebraska at Michigan State. That is a 9 o'clock start. That is your home to watch Husker football. And for Buckeye fans, also a 9 o'clock start. They got Rutgers at Upper Crust. They are hosting a big brunch as well. Upper Crust, the Ohio State alumni home for Phoenix. So there you have it, our underdog picks, which we strongly encourage you to not take.
Please don't listen to us.
We have not had much success with our underdog picks.
Yeah, don't listen to us whatsoever. This is that time of the year with the first college football playoffs poll came out this week that a lot of teams, it's like Alabama, LSU. So to try to get in the better graces of a better ranking, I think you'll see a lot of teams like Alabama, if they have a chance to run it up on an LSU. Like a few of the other schools, if they have a chance to run up whoever their competition is.
Texas on K-State.
It could be Texas, whomever. I mean, anybody in that top 10, if they've got a game, it's going to be a good game, right?
Yes.
It goes good on paper. And all of a sudden, they're just laying the wood. I can guarantee you, these coaches are going to put it on, put 40 burgers on teams or a 50 burger, whatever that is, to try to enhance what they call that, the eye candy or the eye wash, to see the look that might enhance their standing as they move forward into the college football playoff pool.
Got some big games in the Pac-12 with Washington at USC, as Washington 8-0, 5-0 in the Pac will face a 7-2, 5-1 USC. Oregon has got Cal. They shouldn't have any trouble with that one. Oregon State is at Colorado. Utah and Arizona State, as we mentioned. We did also mention that Arizona will host the Bruins. And Washington State, they will have Stanford. So that's your Pac-12 action this week. Where's our Pac-12 guests today?
They were all traveling.
Every one of them.
Every one of them.
Every single one of them.
The color guys.
Not one guest was available.
No, they're all gone. Adios, traveling on the plane. That 2:30 is usually a travel time, so I'm really lucky.
So we've had that for, I would say, 4 straight years. We have not missed a Pac-12 guest at 2:30.
We've missed a couple.
So we missed 2 in 5 years. That's not bad.
Yeah, but they're
now 3.
They're limited on their Pac-12 games nowadays.
So that means they're more available that aren't working.
No, the other ones aren't.
So they're not traveling because there's less games. How you're moonwalking?
No. There's not.
All you got to do is book a Pac-12 guest on Thursday at 2:30.
Okay. Now here's the deal. A lot of those guys that were there when the other guys are traveling are no longer there, Rock. So they've kind of cleaned house. So the guys that are actually doing the broadcast,
you can think outside the box and maybe John Cannizzaro up in Oregon.
Yeah. I want the guys doing the games. I want the guys doing the Pac-12 network games. So we'll be back on track next week, though. I'm sure. Depends on their schedule.
You've disappointed the head chief.
I'll even take color guy for Arizona State or Arizona. I mean,
we beat up
we got to bring on Jeffries. We haven't brought on Brian Jeffries in a long time. Oh yeah.
Trust me, I'm trying. These guys are like down.
You got to try harder. You really got to try harder.
My fingernails are down to the nub.
Big expectations.
My fingernails are down to the nub.
You talk to them. You don't text. You call.
Well, it depends. I text or we'll get in a conversation.
Radio 101. Get a producer that books a guest.
Yeah, we got guests. We got a hell of a guy coming up next. We're talking Yotes next.
That's right.
Rock, Steve Peters not good enough for you?
No. He's my he's my neighbor, so he brings in my trash can. Yeah. But
the next best thing.
Speaking of the Yotes, they lost 4-3 last night overtime. They got a back-to-back, but they have been playing respectable. 4-1-1 so far. So I'm curious about the progress this team is making after the first couple weeks. So we're going to talk about that. And finally, Logan Cooley, the star, he got a goal last night, his first one. And how does he match up with Connor Bedard? And lastly, I want to talk to him about BP on Monday night there at Mullet as ripped through the Chicago Blackhawks, which I love. So former Coyotes assistant coach Steve Peters will break it all down next as we're coming to you live from Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. It's Fox Sports 910.
Clear. Is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Cardinals have re-signed running back Tony Jones Jr. to the practice squad. James Conner remains on injured reserve while Emari DeMercado is dealing with a toe injury. The Coyotes play their second game in as many days versus the Canadiens. Connor Ingram is in goal. Walter Davis, the Suns' 6-time All-Star and all-time leading scorer, died at 69 years old. They play the Spurs tonight. ASU football defensive coordinator Brian Ward is receiving a 3-year extension. They play UCLA on Saturday. The Diamondbacks have a couple of Silver Slugger finalists in Ketel Marte and Corbin Carroll. I'm Seth Everett on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
There are many signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're experiencing financial hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Learn and Grow Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan that is right for you. Call Learn and Grow Law Group today for a free consultation.
Learn and Grow is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sean Forster, Managing Attorney.
Arizona's largest locally owned A-plus BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
Today's news requires more facts, more context, and more analysis. The world's never been harder to win.
He's there.
That's why it's never been more important to try. MSNBC. Understand more.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS.
The Gillette Intimate
Rock
gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America,
this Saturday,
trusted men's grooming.
What time?
The best a man can get down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
It just depends on if I have a softball game with my girlfriend's daughter. That's I have to be there for that.
Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live.
Yeah, I'm texting to find out what time the game is.
Located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101. Time to talk puck with ESPN analyst and host of the Coyotes podcast on Go PHNX, former NHL coach Steve Peters. Coach Petey now talking puck on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the free iHeartRadio app.
Indirectly moves it ahead, didn't connect with Cooley, but here he is now behind the defense. Logan Cooley scores! First NHL goal for Logan Cooley.
Yeah, I mean, obviously in the moment, it was the best feeling ever. It felt like I was on cloud nine there for a little bit, but you know what?
You're hot.
I would have taken the win over that any day of the week.
Logan Cooley gets his first NHL career goal. Hopefully that's the start of many, many more. He did it in the loss to Anaheim, which was an overtime loss. He'll go at it again tonight at Mullet with the Montreal Canadiens. Before we talk puck with Steve Peters, who lives about 100 feet from me, he is in charge of the neighborhood watch in my neighborhood. And I'm having an issue, so I really don't see him much. So this is my only opportunity to talk to him about it.
Fire away,
so
Rock.
if that's all right, Steve, will you take a question in regards to the neighborhood?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So today, my black trash can was out, and they didn't empty the whole thing. So what do I need to do to make sure that they, empty the can completely? Because it's happening a lot. It's starting to bother me.
Well, the first thing, make sure that you're securing all your garbage tightly in individually wrapped plastic bags. Don't put it in loose. That's part of the HOA mandate.
Okay.
Second, if it continues, I will reach out to the city of Scottsdale myself to make sure that we get your receptacle dropped properly.
Okay, and then when does the HOA come around and clean the trash cans, with the high-pressure wash?
That's you. And I do that. I try to do mine once a month. Get on it, Rock.
Okay. Wow.
That's such a corporate answer.
It was great. That's why he's the head of the neighborhood watch. I mean, he's been the head guy for like 8 years now, so no one ever beats him.
So they
he's
vote
the
him in
president.
every
Oh,
year.
yeah. It's like he's got a lifetime job there.
Peters
Wow.
has got to give it to him. Pressure wash. Yeah, so you're on your own there, Rock.
Coach Pete joining us. All right, you heard Logan Cooley. We got his first goal last night. You think you get that one? As Coach T said, monkey off his back, got his first goal. Now you think that'll loosen up? He's not pressing.
I hope so, because that goal was one. It was dynamic and it was with speed and skill, which is exactly his game. He played with a little more bite, a little more jam after that. So hopefully now that does open the floodgates. He's still tied for rookie scoring in the whole league, but he's sitting with one goal. He needs to pick that up if he wants to be in the Calder conversation.
You 4-4-1 right now. Surprised, good, bad, or different about what you expected so far?
You know, it's better. And I think this team could even be in a better spot than 4-4-1. They have 3 home games at the Mullet coming up tonight, Saturday, and next Tuesday against teams that they need to get points against. So this team is sitting right at the edge of a playoff spot at almost 10 games in. I think people are happy with this. So they get some points tonight out of Montreal and Winnipeg on Saturday and Seattle next Tuesday. By the end of all that, if they're still sitting in a playoff spot, who knows? Long way to go, but it's a good start.
You know, you go 8-1 over Chicago. I thought about that.
BP, man, BP.
Yeah. I thought about that. If that was a football game, it'd been like 76-7 or something like that.
No, 56. 8 times 7.
I don't know about that.
Good K-State math.
That's huge. 8-1. That's a huge burger on that one. Talk about that game. How refreshing it is to get that bad boy off the schneid and clear the house, so to speak.
Yeah, this was a team that last few seasons has really struggled to score goals. Hey, let's face it, they had 7 goals in their first 22 shots. That's 1 every 3. That just doesn't happen. Chicago had a tough night defending, and honestly, they spent 3 days in Tempe and Scottsdale. Turns out you don't play extremely well after a couple of days in the 80-degree sunshine. So I don't think that helped them. But yeah, it was an awful game by Chicago. Conversely, Arizona got pucks to the net, and they drove the net extremely hard. They struggled to score goals in the past. This is a really good sign for this team that they're getting goals from their second and third line. So, I mean, I keep saying this, maybe. Like, I don't want to jump quite on the bandwagon with both feet, but maybe this team is better than expected.
All right, let me jump in then because and I want to reference the Blackhawks game. And Connor Bedard, I watched his opener, and I've watched him a couple of times, and he has scored already in a Blackhawks jersey. Can you explain what you believe is the difference then in their games between Bedard and Cooley? Because when I watch them both, they are both young, explosive players. Set me up on that.
Well, a couple of things. Connor Bedard is an extremely dynamic hockey player. His disadvantage right now is he is 18.
Okay.
He is coming right out of his draft year, and he is small and a little bit slight, so he's been able to get pushed off the puck. When he has room, he is electric. Like, when he's got room to shoot, his shoot is as good as anyone in this league. His release, his shot, exceptional. But he's young and small. What Cooley has an advantage of, he stayed a year and played college hockey, got bigger, got a little bit stronger, and he's got a little bit more of a physical part to his game where he can push guys off the puck a little more than you're going to see Connor Bedard, at least right now. But as far as puck skills, hand skills, speed, ability to get to the net, these are 2 extremely dynamic players, and they're very similar. So I'm hoping, as a fan, that this becomes the Crosby-Ovechkin battle over the years, that we see a Cooley-Bedard battle as these 2 teams get better, that these are the 2 future stars that are battling each other out for years to come.
He's Steve Peters, ESPN hockey analyst, as well as part of GoPHNX. I want to get your thoughts. Here we are, 4-1-1. It's respectable. We talk about that. Your thoughts now, early on, when you look at the offseason moves that this organization made. If you talk, can you kind of talk about a couple or a few that you think have made an impact this early, or still on hold, or maybe some that haven't?
Yeah, sure. They made a trade for a player named Sean Dursey, a defenseman out of L.A., young kid, 24 years old, expected to help the offense from the back end. Right now, he's got 4 goals from the back end. He's one of the top defense scoring players in the National Hockey League. A big surprise.
Okay.
Not that he wasn't going to provide offense, but at this pace, he's playing exceptional. And then another one to look out for is a kid that played in Tucson last year, Michael Carcone, led the American League in scoring, led the Tucson Roadrunners, obviously, in scoring. He got 4 points against the Chicago Blackhawks, and he's been a huge surprise. The one I thought was going to drive it was Jason Zucker. He's been hurt, and he's missed the last several games, and he's going to be out another week. So on his return, I expect this team to get another little bit of a bump. And so maybe for the next 10 or 15 games, you're going to see this team on a run.
Can you in your estimation, and you can always reference the playoff spot. And yes, the season is very, very early right now in its infancy. But in your estimation, with the roster that they have right now, and if they continue down the trek that they are going, could this be a playoff team at the end of the season?
And the short answer is yes, which is, I can't believe I'm saying that out loud.
Okay.
But the biggest reason is this. The Western Conference right now is extremely top-heavy when you see teams like Colorado and Vegas at the top. And then there's a core in the middle that is going to battle it out. And I think the Coyotes are in that mix. And I think it could be 7, 8, 9, 10. 8 is the cutoff. Yeah, I don't see any reason right now, the way this team is competing, as long as their goaltending stays strong, that this team can't be close to or included in the playoff conversation.
So, Steve, you're averaging right now 2.5 goals per game. Where would that need to be to piggyback on Jimmy's question about playoff-type goal scoring on average per game?
Yeah, it's going to have to increase, but actually it's pretty good for this team. To be closer to 3 is ideal, but the thing this team has been able to do is keep the puck out of their net. They had one game where it kind of blew up and got away from them, but they've been exceptional at goaltending and keeping teams off the score sheet. So I think if you can get closer to 3 and get the opponents closer to 2, this team is in a really good spot.
Coach, what's coming up on Go PHNX for you?
2 minutes.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to be on the post-game show tonight after the Montreal Canadiens, and again on Saturday, we are on after every Coyotes game. Tune into our YouTube channel at Go PHNX. And ESPN, I'm about to kick off and sit down here for a Toronto-Boston matchup tonight.
So are you the welcome wagon when these teams come in town? Montreal and everybody make sure they get plenty of Tempe and Scottsdale? They're big fans.
No. And I'm not condoning gambling by any means, but Montreal has also been here for 3 days, and there is a rumor that they might have gone golfing and maybe a few guys went to the World Series. So just keep an eye on that. The truth is, this is a hard place to play because of that. They're close to Mill Avenue. They're close to Old Town. These guys are 20 to 25-year-old kids. They like to have fun. So mullet magic actually exists.
Hey, heck with the Yotes. You just keep my neighborhood clean. All right, make sure get all that riffraff and take care of my trash can when need be.
And power wash it while you're at it.
Halloween decorations.
So yeah, real quick.
Halloween decorations.
So Coach Pete had some. There's something in the neighborhood where you best get best prize for the best dressed up Halloween, and he had Travis Kelce and Swift, right?
Okay.
Taylor Swift. It was awesome. But literally, 8 o'clock Tuesday night,
right?
Already taken down.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, didn't even get to 9 o'clock, and their trick or treaters are still out at at least 8:30.
Yeah,
wow.
What a disservice!
I don't know. Last trick or treater was 7:28. My decorations were down by 8:05. Halloween's over. Let's go clean it up.
Yeah, this weekend his Christmas lights are going up.
Yard break.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What is the rule with the association? When can the lights go up? When is it too early? Is it Saturday after Thanksgiving?
Rock. It's not HOA. It's society. It's the day after Thanksgiving. Before that's too early.
Society. Yes.
Normal people, right, Coach Pete? Normal folks.
Yes.
Exactly.
Coach, good stuff, buddy. Thanks as always.
Thanks, Steve.
Coach Steve Peters
Thanks
here.
for having me, guys.
Yeah, good stuff. Brought to you by All City Towing. They're hiring. They're in Tempe, by the way. They're near the Mullet Magic Arena. All City Towing, they continue to grow. They got new vehicles in their fleet, and they need to hire, so head to allcitytowing.com. That's allcitytowing.com and search careers. You can always call right now if you like. 480-833-7278. That's 833-7278. Allcitytowing.com. Hey, get in our Twin Peaks fan pick'em. It's powered by Blue Moon and Coors Light. You can get in right now. Get in for tonight's game for the weekend. And you can win a $50 Twin Peaks man card. But you can also win one right now, a $25 one, if you can defeat one of the young ladies here from the Scottsdale location. It's called Peaks Picks. We do it every week at this time. All we need is a caller at 602-260-9191. That's 602-260-9191. And the games you'll be picking is tonight's Thursday night game with the Titans and Steelers. You all right, Jimmy? You got to go to the bathroom again?
No, man. I'm just
ASU at Utah and Cards at Browns.
Again.
That's next on Rock and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Wow!
Clear.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
We don't think there's any such thing as overcompensating. Win $1,000 in inflation compensation. Listen every hour, weekdays from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. Results matter, so we want to help you win $1,000. Powered by Lerner and Rowe Accident Attorneys, where we treat you like family. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the scenic views stick around after the sun sets, and your favorite cocktails keep you company long after overtime. Where else can you unwind with bourbon and late-night bites? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Oregon Ducks Saturday, November 18th for the Salute to Service game.
Forgay will throw for that far corner. Caught for a touchdown.
Get your ASU Oregon tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Gadaboo with the catch, has the first down, stays on his feet, and he's going to go to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Devils.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4 inch.
So normally what I do is I let it go for a little bit to see if the phone banks will go for a bit. And then if after like the first commercial and there's only one person, then I grab that person.
You need. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Are you locked into a maintenance agreement with a plumbing or HVAC company that isn't PlumSmart? Well, I've got some great news for you. My good friend Wayne Decker, the owner of PlumSmart Plumbing, Heating, and Air, is going to honor another company's maintenance agreement for free so that you can save about 50% off the price of the other guys with PlumSmart. Wayne knows saving money right now is extremely important, so don't feel obligated to use that maintenance agreement company. Use who I use, PlumSmart. Go to itsjustplumsmart.com. That's itsjustplumsmart.com because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
QVC is throwing the biggest holiday party of the year, and you're invited. Our nonstop holiday party is coming to you live for 49 straight hours of holiday shopping, tips and tricks to own the season, nonstop fun, and so much more.
Rocky got Sam in Santan.
Yes, but it won't be a party without you.
Sam Thornton in
Join us
Santan.
for our nonstop holiday party, November 4th and 5th, everywhere you watch QVC. This is shopping brought to life.
Time for Peaks Picks, your weekly chance to win a $50 Twin Peaks man card by outscoring one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls. Today's Twin Peaks challenge is poured by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree man-sized drafts. Twin Peaks, the best views in the game. Open in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Tempe, Glendale, and Deer Valley.
You're hot. All right, last week, Dave Miller was our winner, so he won last week's $25 gift card. Today, it will be Sam Thornton in Santan, as he will be competing against Cher, who's here at the Scottsdale location. Cher, how are you? Where are you from originally?
I'm good. I'm from California.
What part of California?
OC, Mission Viejo.
Oh, I like how they say OC. It's not just Orange County. It's got to be OC. I'm
Yeah.
from the OC. So, you a football fan?
I like watching football.
Okay, but you don't have like a particular team you
No,
follow or anything
not
like that?
really.
It's all right. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. We got 3 games we want you to pick. We're going to have you pick the game that's on tonight here at Twin Peaks, which is the Tennessee Titans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then Arizona State plays Utah on Saturday. And then the Cardinals are in Cleveland to play the Browns on Sunday. We'll need the winner and score of that one. So we'll start with the Titans and Steelers tonight, Cher. So who do you like in the Titans Steelers?
The Steelers.
Going with the Steelers. All right. Sam, how do you doing, buddy? Thanks for playing. Who do you like tonight?
I'm here.
What's up, man? Who do you like tonight between the Titans and Steelers?
Oh, I like this. I like the Steelers as well. I'm gonna get on side with Cher on that one. Say Pickett has a bounce back game here.
Okay, I like it. Okay.
All right, let's move on to the Arizona State going to Utah. Early game. That starts at 11 o'clock, Rock?
Yep,
Start
11
that
a.m.
game. So Arizona State coming off a big win off of Washington State. Utah coming off a big loss this last weekend against Oregon. So who do you like in this one, ASU or the Utes?
ASU, of course.
Go with the Devils. All right, there's Sudden Sam. Who are you picking for this one?
Ooh, I'm gonna say even without Cam Rising, let's go Utah.
Go with Utah. All right, so they're split there. So, all right, this is the Cardinals and Browns on Sunday, Share. Need the winner of the game, either the Cardinals or the Browns, and then what do you think the score will be?
I think the Cardinals will win 21-13.
21-13 Cardinals. All right. Sam, what do you think Sunday, Cardinals, Browns?
Well, I think we're going to get a heavy dose of Clayton soon, so give me 13-10 Browns.
13-10
low
Browns. All
scoring
right.
game.
Okay. All right, Sam. Hey, thanks for listening. Good luck to you. We'll let you know if you won after this weekend. So we appreciate you listening. That's Sam Thornton and Santan challenging Cher here from the Scottsdale location. All right, Cher. Happy hour starts in 10 minutes, right? What do you got going on for happy hour?
So for happy hour, we have $2 off all of our 22-ounce draft beers. And then
Okay.
we've also got our Thursday special going on. So it's $6.50 for our 22-ounce Naughty Brunette.
As well as the Coors Light and Blue Moon are on special here every Thursday. So we let people know that as well. When are you typically here? You work days, nights? When can people come in to say hi?
I usually work nights. I'm here all weekend as well.
Okay, well, good. Well, Sherry, you did a great job. Thanks for playing.
Good job,
Appreciate
Sher.
it. Good job. We told you that would be easy. That wasn't hard, right?
No, not
So,
at
all right, good stuff. So that's Cher here at the Scottsdale location. 5 Valley locations now, as we will get to our football at 50 in just a moment, which is brought to you by Twin Peaks. And if you have not yet entered to win one of the 5 televisions, we're about a month, I'd say 6 weeks away from giving away those 5 big screen TVs, 65 inches, and you can register to win one right now. You can do it each and every day. Just text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. On this day back 31 years ago, 1992, Magic Johnson quit his first attempted NBA comeback after he was cut in an exhibition game. Of course, he was dealing with the HIV at that point, and that was 31 years ago. I wonder if he thought 31 years ago that he would eventually be a billionaire, which was announced this week.
He was hoping he'd be alive 31 years from that.
You got that right.
And Jimmy, you were doing NBA games.
I was.
And what was that whole aura like with that going on?
It was shocking, and it was shocking with the blowback that Magic got from the players. You guys remember Karl Malone said, "I'm not playing if he's on the court. I'm not playing." I mean, there was a lot of blowback at that time because nobody really understood the disease.
Well, I remember in the mid 80s up through that whole time frame with so many people dying.
Yes.
And then you're right. If he got cut and then the blood went on somebody else, it's kind of a panic more than anything.
I'm curious. You bring that up. This is not quite the same level, but COVID was very serious.
Yep.
And we had so many mandates when someone got sick, right?
Right.
Why is it that Patrick Mahomes clearly was sick with flu-type symptoms the other day, but still played?
He didn't test positive for COVID.
But he had clearly tested for it, and it was public that he did not.
Right.
So that's why he got to go, right?
And he was negative.
Otherwise, he'd have been quarantined and would not have played. So they did test him.
I wasn't sure of that test. So someone had asked me that the other day, and I said, that's a good point. I didn't know if he had been tested for COVID or not.
And I can tell you this, and you guys, particularly Rock, since you played tennis, Arthur Ashe was feeling ill, went to the hospital, got a blood transfusion at the hospital, but it was tainted blood that they didn't know about it at that time, and contained the AIDS virus, and eventually that's what killed him.
There's a lot of those stories out there we're not aware of because Arthur Ashe was front and center.
Yes.
So I remember all that. I can see the retirement initially.
Yep.
When he said then the comeback and then the All-Star game. It's kind
you're talking about Magic now.
Magic, yeah. Talking about the All-Star game in reference to him actually playing, and then
playing on the Dream Team.
And the other thing I remember is how many pills a day he was taking once he got the virus. Like 160 to 100 pills a day that he had to take. Part of his day-long activities was taking all these pills for many, many years. Now they've cut back on that.
Right. And in all types of pills, supplements.
Yes.
It's amazing how when a supplement, I'll go back to 1989, working as a PR intern for the Indianapolis Colts in Anderson, Indiana. And I remember sitting at the table, one of my roles, this is great, one of my roles was to check into players for meals.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And every time we would have that, we'd have a table similar to what we have here at Twin Peaks. And you would sit, Jack Trudeau, check, Andre Rison, check, Eric Dickerson. A lot of these guys would just walk in and they're not stopping.
Sign their name and move on.
They're not doing that. But we always had big bowls of amino acids.
Oh, sure.
I knew you were going there, Rock.
I mean, I never understood, even to this day, that's 89, what was with the amino acids?
That was is like a supplement because you're always sweating and you're losing all these minerals. Amino acids were there to help you as far as recovery, taking those before, after, during, just to kind of keep your energy up and keep the amino acids at a balance with your situation, what you're doing. Yeah. Then the worst thing they were passing out in the 70s was salt tablets.
Well, yeah, they did that too.
The worst thing you could take was salt tablets. And then to cut back on the water, that was an oxymoron. It was like,
that was.
So you want to kill us?
Yeah.
So you want us to go into defibrillation?
That was the worst thing that ever happened was when coaches said, oh, no water. Yeah. No water. You got to fight through it.
And have those 5 salt tablets so you'll dehydrate in the meantime.
People just come up to you randomly and scare the you-know-what. Hey, hour number 3 is coming up. We'll catch up with Regal from Arizona State. We'll also find out the latest on Kyler Murray as Howard Balzer will stop by as well. We're out here Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. We have to take care of some business.
I got
Top
you.
of the hour. Got to watch out for these people that work here.
Go get him, Rock.
It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B.
Is anybody there? Cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Jack.
I'm waiting to hear back when the game is. More than likely, no, just based on when the games normally are, but I just don't know. I also need us to record a tease for Balzer. Hello? Hey, Rock. Could you give me a tease for Balzer? Go ahead. Thank you.
for everyone.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand, the best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Get unlimited wireless from Boost Infinite. Infinitely better. Learn more at boostinfinite.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Diamondbacks have a couple of Silver Slugger finalists in Ketel Marte and Corbin Carroll. The Cardinals have re-signed running back Tony Jones Jr. to the practice squad. He remains on injured Amari DeMercado dealing with a toe injury. The Coyotes play their second game in as many days versus the Canadians. Connor Ingram is in goal. Walter Davis, the Suns' 6-time All-Star and all-time leading scorer, died at 69 years old. They play the Spurs tonight. ASU football defensive coordinator Brian Ward is receiving a 3-year extension. They play UCLA on Saturday. I'm Seth Everett on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword Shaq at foxsports910.com. That's Shaq at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, we'll continue to see mostly clear skies out there with those temperatures dipping down into the mid to upper 50s. And then for your Friday, plenty of sunshine with pretty much a carbon copy of.
They're going to do something the next week to Harbaugh.
Plenty of sun. For the Fox 10 weather expert.
The Big Ten's ready to riot, apparently.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters.
Road is a formidable foe. Cars, trucks, buses, bicyclists are all
right, but the coaches inside the Big Ten don't want to play Michigan.
Get your vehicle in Brake Master shape today. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Master. We give you an honest break.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101. Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, it was a hell of a run.
Hold on.
Sorry, I forgot.
You're okay.
Rangers
Had you in queue.
series.
You're hot.
Well, the hell of a run, a magical season for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and now we get to look forward to next year. And now pay attention to the Phoenix Suns and the Arizona Yotes.
You didn't reference the NFL team that plays here.
That's done deal, man.
Yeah.
This whole thing,
They're awful.
This whole thing about does Murray activate, does he play? You had DJ Humphries quoting on Twitter that say, "Hey, look, he's balling out there practicing. Right. He looks good, so on and so forth." To me, what tells me is that, hey, look, we're really excited as a team that Kyler Murray's coming back. And could you imagine him looking this good, getting this kind of praise, and all of a sudden going, well, you know what? Well, I guess we'll start the rookie. Let's hold him back one more game. There would be a mutiny in that locker room, I feel, that going, we got our guy back. He's healthy. He's ready to go. He's looking great at practice. We need this guy. Oh, not so fast, guys. Yeah, we'll just wait till we go home and play Atlanta, and then we'll just let this rookie play against one of the best defenses in the world. I guarantee you, fellas, there will be an uproar to no end if they make the decision not to start when Kyler Murray's Sunday.
Here's my conspiracy theory then. You have 90 minutes prior to the start of the game to activate players. I'm saying that they activate him that day. Everybody knows he's going to play Manuch, but they're doing it, meaning the Cardinals, to surprise Cleveland.
The gamesmanship. Oh, my gosh.
There you go.
We got a rookie quarterback.
Yes, against Kyler Murray.
Let's hold off.
Hold off.
Yeah, let's see. The Browns might be.
Gamesmanship.
Yeah, might be distracted. Well, there's no tape on tune except for the preseason. They got a ton of tape on Kyler Murray. They got a ton of tape on Kyler Murray. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Kyler Murray is going to start. The only thing, guys, The only thing I can think of is these last 3 or 4 days, how he's been practicing on that knee, how the knee's reacting to a full practice. Did it swell? Is it painful? Is it sore? And that's going to come with it, with this kind of the injury he had. He blew up his knee, folks, just to kind of tell you. ACL, PCL, MCL, meniscus, you name it. So if he's having any discomfort coming into Sunday, going, guys, I can play, but I don't know I can start, and that's his decision, I'd be like, well, okay, we got shots for that. We got Tylenol.
Whose decision?
If it was him going, hey, look, I can play, but if he gets one of those, I don't think he'll go down that road. I think he goes, even if he is sore, if it's Kyler Murray, the competitor is, he'd say, I'm good.
I'm good to go.
Let's go. Let's play.
He's the franchise quarterback.
That's it right there.
Plain and simple.
Yes.
This should not be a discussion.
We agree.
I mean, you're hearing a lot of talking heads and questioning this, questioning that. Oh, the Cleveland defense, whatever. Yeah. Clayton Tune, give me a break. Clayton Tune's not an NFL quarterback yet. He didn't even look good in preseason.
Struggle at the end. Yeah.
So you're going to throw him in?
That's what I'm saying.
No,
you're not going to do
Jeff
that.
Driscoll, all right, you got him as the number 3 right now.
The emergency guy.
Yeah. I just disappointed in how this has all gone down.
I'm with you, but
I wish they would have just said, "Hey, we're not going to play him this year," or "Hey, we're playing him." I don't know if this is gamesmanship on a rookie head coach. I don't know, but I
it's
think
silly if it is.
It is silly.
It's silly.
Yes,
that's
why I referenced it. You got 90 minutes before kickoff.
They'll know 90 minutes before.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing I feel that's going to hold.
They know now.
Kyler Murray back, unless all of a sudden they say, he's not reacting well with these practices, and they promote Jeff Driscoll as the backup, and then Kyler is the emergency.
And the game plan, it's
the game plan's a game plan.
It's in the can, right?
It is totally. They know right now. Unless his knee doesn't respond Friday or Saturday, they'll leave probably either tomorrow or early Saturday morning. They'll get to Cleveland. Wow, did the atmospheric pressure affect his knee getting up to the 40,000 feet, coming down?
The cabin is pressurized.
They had a walk.
You got Michael Bivell flying the plane. Hey, you can't get over 36,000 with this thing.
We had a walkthrough in the ballroom that afternoon, and it just not respond. We're not quite comfortable, so Driscoll will be the backup, but Kyler will be available only in emergency cases only. My ass, folks. I mean, don't insult our intelligence with this gamesmanship and whatnot.
Some other stories this afternoon. Former Phoenix Sun Walter Davis passed away at the young age of 69 years old. Number 6 was retired. He was an NBA Rookie of the Year, the all-time scorer for the Phoenix Suns. And sad story to hear. We lost Walter Davis.
I think when I think about following him for the years as a Suns fan, I think he made 30. He's got the record for so many shots in a row. I think it's like 30 shots in a row he had made in a row himself over, I think it was a 2-game period about a 2-game period. I think it was against Seattle.
Okay.
Up against the Supersonics many, many years ago. But he, at one of the sweetest shots, the Greyhound, they used to call him.
He had a great shot. I came in and did a game in the 80s, and it was, and I haven't forgotten it. It was the Washington Bullets at that time.
Wes Unseld on that team?
Well, Wes Unseld was not on that team. He was my color commentator.
Get out.
Yeah. So if you listen to the Michael Jordan game, that's Wes Unseld as my color commentator.
Get right on that, Rock.
On that game.
Go right to that one.
I have so many other things I would rather do.
Yeah, I don't blame you one bit. Let me just finish that.
And find it, because we're going to hear the story.
Yeah, you are, no matter what.
By the way, everybody, it's story time with Jimmy B.
Thank you, brother. So here it is. We go and we're doing the game on television. I think that Walter Davis had 35 in the first half, and it was like a 60-point blowout. The Suns just destroyed the Bullets that day. It was just unbelievably awful.
Imagine if they had the 3-point line when he first started out.
Yeah.
He'd have been, numbers would have been ginormous.
just like Pete Maravich, same deal.
Yeah. All those guys.
Suns are going to try to get a W tonight. They're 500. They're 4th in the Pacific Division. Hey, by the way, that last night game with the Lakers, the Clippers, pretty good basketball game.
It was sensational.
It really was a good basketball game.
I thought I was watching a playoff game.
I did too. I was like, and I'm not a Laker fan.
I know that.
LeBron continues to prove why he is the best player in the league.
In the league, sure. Absolutely.
He really is. Even at 39 or whatever
38,
he is. 38. Wow. But the Suns and Spurs tonight.
Yep.
As they blew it the other night, Tuesday night, 115 to 114. A lot of people didn't watch it because of the World Series, but I think a lot of eyes will be on the game tonight. And Kevin Durant, and when are we going to see Bradley Beal? With him and his back and the back spasms that he's dealing with, which I get. I've been there, done that. They suck.
They do.
And then for Booker and his toe injury, how long is that going to keep him out? Are we going to start seeing him? But I'm anxious to see this Suns team getting going. I'm not worried that they're 2-2 right now.
No.
I think they're going to be absolutely fine when they have the big three in there. But right now it's a wait and see. And basketball season starts after the holidays.
December 25th. That's for me. That's when it really starts. I think come playoff time, 2-3 weeks prior to the playoffs, as long as they're all playing, they're all in sync.
And healthy.
And Kevin Durant said, hey, look, I really never felt like I was in sync with the limited amount of time he played before he got to the playoffs. Well, this team will definitely be in sync. And to your point, Rock, hopefully everybody's healthy so they can go make that run. And that's why your owner brought these guys in. Go make that run and hopefully win the Western Conference
I can tell you this. If they're up by 20 again in the second half and find a way to gag down the stretch, that's not good at all. If they do it 2 nights in a row, I don't anticipate that. I think they kind of got a little comeuppance probably from Frank Vogel after that game. So I think tonight they should be able to take care of business.
It's also rare you see back-to-back home games, or I should say a day in between, with the same team.
Right.
So San Antonio, maybe they got in the Scottsdale way of life, or Tempe way of life, what have you.
Until the two get in there, this team is going to win or lose with Durant.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, they sink or swim with him.
That's it.
It all depends on how he's playing. And one thing to kind of keep an eye on is turnovers. They got a pretty high rate of turnovers right now.
Yeah, they do.
So got to keep an eye on that.
But that will change with Booker and Beal in the lineup as well, because both those guys, even though they're not primary point guards, they both take better care of the basketball.
Hey, we are out here at Twin Peaks Lodge in Scottsdale, your action-packed adventure. It always starts here on Thursday, thanks to Blue Moon and Coors Light. And we have the big drafts on special as they do each and every day. But Thursday, it's Blue Moon and Coors Light, and then specials into the weekend. Also, we are giving away 5 big screen TVs thanks to the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. All you got to do is text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Standard message rates apply. So get in on that. You can do it every single day. Big win for the Devils as they took care of the Cougars on Frank Cush Field. They play 11 o'clock against Utah this weekend. We'll catch up with Suns assistant head coach Charlie Ragle. He will join us next, thanks to our friends at Crest Insurance. That's Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Hockey returns to the Mullet to begin an 8-game homestand. First up, Stonehill. Games on Friday and Saturday begin at 7, which means pregame coverage gets rolling at 6:30 each night here on Fox.
I'm out for Saturday.
The home of Sun Devil hockey.
Yeah, it's an 11:15 game. So.
From the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
First off this afternoon, there's a wreck in the Southeast Valley, eastbound 10, just before 347, approaching Queen Creek Road on the right shoulder. A wreck northbound 17 near Yorkshire blocking the right lane, and a car-motorcycle collision, Adams and 18th Avenue.
This report is sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
Hey, it's Barrel Boy. There's more to the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's than just walking. And even more reason to join us for families, for treatment, to stop this terrible disease. We're closer than ever, but to get there, we need you. Register today at alz.org/walk.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Oregon Ducks Saturday, November 18th for the Salute to Service game.
Forgay will throw for that far corner. Caught for a touchdown.
Get your ASU Oregon tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Gadaboo with the catch, has the first down, stays on his feet, and he's going to go to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Devils.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Hi, I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Recently, Lerner & Rowe was named the second most influential law firm in the United States. Although we have offices in other parts of the country, Glenn and I both live here and raise our families here. We are your local law firm. No other law firm in the state comes close to the experience, reputation, and results as Lerner & Rowe. When you're hurt in a wreck and need a check, call the law firm that can get you the results you need. Call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Macy's one-day sale starts tomorrow with great deals of the day on the perfect fall updates for your wardrobe and your home. Like 40 to 60% off comfy PJs and robes she'll love, 40% off boots and shoes, and get 55% off holiday dinnerware and decor. Macy's Star Rewards members can earn faster during Star Money bonus days. Details at Macys.com/Star Money. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
The Diamondbacks have a couple of Silver Slugger finalists in Ketel Marte and Corbin Carroll. The Cardinals have re-signed running back Tony Jones Jr. to the practice squad. James Conner remains on injured reserve. Big Ten coaches are clamoring for the conference to act upon the sign-stealing allegations surrounding Michigan football. The NCAA launched an investigation into the program. I'm Seth Everett.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports.
The Diamondbacks have a couple of Silver Slugger finalists in Ketel Marte and Corbin Carroll. The Cardinals have re-signed running back Tony Jones Jr. to the practice squad. James Conner remains on injured reserve. Big Ten coaches are clamoring for the conference to act upon the sign-stealing allegations surrounding Michigan football. The NCAA launched an investigation into the program 2 weeks ago. I'm Seth Everett.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Let's talk Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Ragle now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to crestins.com.
Well, Arizona State broke an 8-game Pac-12 losing streak and a 6-game losing streak with their win over Washington State on homecoming night, 38-27. Joining us now to discuss the win and look ahead to this Saturday is Charlie Ragle, assistant head coach for the Sun Devils and special teams coordinator, who joins us now thanks to Crest Insurance. How you doing, buddy? What's going on? It's nice to talk to you after a win.
Yes, it is. It's much better this way than the alternative for the last several weeks. So life is good. Life is good. Before we get into this, man, I just shout out to the Diamondbacks, man. What a run. You know, that was a heck of a run, and it was entertaining for all of us fans in the Valley. I know it didn't end the way anybody wanted, but they had a hell of a year. So hats off to those guys.
You know, it was a physical game for you, Coach, against Washington State. I was fortunate to be there. I was very disappointed, and I know you're not going to comment it, but I will. I'm allowed to, that there wasn't a better crowd there. I know the D-backs were playing at the same time. It's Halloween on campus, but I was a little disappointed that, you know, there weren't more kids and more students there. But for whatever it's worth, it didn't matter. You got the W. Seemed like you guys were really on it. And now that you have a win like that over a really pretty good team, how do you take that and start building on it?
Well, I think if you look and you know, and you guys obviously have it, if you followed us all season long, you know, like we've been close so many times, right? And finally kicked through the door was, you know, it was rewarding to see the kids after the game and just the emotion in the locker room. That was something really, really special. Just, I think there was a lot of, you come into work every week and you grind and you don't get the results that you want. It gets tough and it gets overbearing at times. And so I think that win really helped us in more ways than just winning, if that makes sense. And I think the guys know that we've been in every game that we've lined up in this fall. We haven't done this or that to close certain games out, but the guys know that they can go anywhere in the country and compete with anybody. It's doing those little things. And I think winning is a confidence factor involved. And I think that these guys know, just to your point, that we beat a good football team. We've been close in several other opportunities. The expectation is to win. And now that, hey, we've done it, we've got to go do it again. I think that that little extra confidence is enough to hopefully push us through and help us collect a few more wins down the stretch run here as we finish out the season.
Charlie, Rock talks about, you guys are on it. I felt that you guys have been on it the entire season. Now, there might have been a little bit of an issue over here, issue over there. You guys overcome the 9 penalties. I love, Charlie, the balance with this passing game and running game, 274 to 235. But the stat I always look at, Coach, third down conversions to keep the ball, keep your defense off the field, and drive 8 for 11 third down conversions. So it looks like the balance is paying off in those kind of games.
Not only that, we don't have to punt.
Exactly. I didn't go there, Coach. I didn't go there.
That's great.
No, you're right. I mean, I think that anytime, and you know this, and as an offensive guy, like anytime that you have balance in your game plan and you're able to distribute it the way we were on Saturday, you've got teams guessing, so to speak. And we were able to really run the ball and then come through with some key plays in the passing game and some big plays at that. It was a really, really good offensive game plan. And those guys went out and executed at a high level, our offensive staff and Coach Dillingham and the players. And, we've got to continue to play at that level. And I think that if we do it, to your point, it was a good, clean in terms of all 3 phases.
Yes.
We were able to execute at high levels. And I think when you get that, obviously the results speak for themselves.
Charlie, you got the Utes in Salt Lake City. Look, you guys played Washington really, really tough. Oregon went in there and just destroyed them offensively and on defense. I know that assistant coaches pore over film. Was there anything at all that you guys could glean for what Oregon did defensively to shut them down that might translate into how your defense reacts this weekend?
Yeah, no, there's absolutely no doubt about it. We've certainly taken a few things that we saw that we think can help us in our defensive scheme. There's no doubt about that. I think, though, before you get into talking schematics of this game, I think this is really a mentality football game. There's just games, and Coach Dillingham has talked on this since to our team since we got here about the program that Coach Whittingham has developed and cultivated there at Utah, and just the culture. And those guys approach it with just such a physical toughness to everything they do. And we know that this game, before we get into schemes of any sort, we've got to go there with the right mindset that, hey, this is going to be a physical football game in all 3 phases, and that we have to bring our lunch pail and go to work. We've got to bring the fight to Utah. Because if we don't, it doesn't matter what we do schematically, we don't have a chance to win. So that has been the mentality that we've taken to practice all week. That's what Coach Dillingham has preached to our football team. That's what us assistant coaches have preached to our players. And that's what we're expecting to do when we go up there and play on Saturday afternoon.
So Scattaboo and Brooks, I mean, what they're doing is amazing on the ground. You're winning on the ground. So for all the people that are, listening, they're Utah fans, you guys are going to throw the ball all day, right? You're throwing the ball, right? Those guys aren't playing this
Air
week.
raid, baby. Air it out.
Air raid, yeah. I mean, talk about those guys, especially Scattaboo. You get him from Sac State and what he has been able to accomplish. I mean, this kid, I love the guy, man. I can see him really making a name for himself as a Sun Devil.
No, absolutely. I mean, I think it is, when you have two backs like DeCarlos and Scat, like those guys, they feed off of each other, and the competition just breeds, a realm of excellence, if you will. Those guys are pushing each other to be better constantly. And, I think it's a great 1-2 punch with having those two guys. And the running styles are similar but different in the sense that Cam, DeCarlos has got a little bit more, I don't want to say shake in his game, but he's got a little bit that different style where Cam is going to give you some physical running and pounding, but can also, get out and run at a good clip himself. But then, you come back and give the ball to DeCarlos, and he'll make those tough runs and give you some physical toughness as well. So it really is a great combination between those two. And to have those guys and use them the way we have has really helped our offense for sure.
And Coach, the way you're using Elijah Badger, 4 runs, 4 catches, about 80 yards total offense, and strong. How far did he carry that pile on a one run? It seemed like he got these 10, 15 yards or so.
Yeah, it was. It was about 15 yards, and he had an impressive day. And you know what? He continues to have a great week of practice this week, and he's a headache for teams. There's no doubt about it, whether it's in the run game or in the throw game. You got to know where he's at all times because he is a next-level player, and he's certainly playing at a high level right now for us, which is, again, another asset to helping our offense be successful.
Coach, last one, just being on the Sun Devil side, watching you guys, I love watching behind the bench. Who has more steps? Is it you or Dillingham? Because both of you guys are going up and down, up and down. I mean, it's got to be pretty close, Coach. Got to be close with the steps on the watch.
He keeps me on my toes. That's for darn sure, man. I'm getting old, man. I don't need to be going up and down as much as he does. He's got more energy. He better have it. But he's keeping me on my toes, keeping me working for sure. But it's been great. It's been great. And, just the way that these guys continue to work and come out every Saturday and play hard is what has been refreshing. Even though the wins haven't been as many as we obviously want, the way the kids have attacked this first season and the mentality, I think, is an insight to what's going to come in the future for us. And obviously we're really excited about that and excited about the opportunity we got to go to Salt Lake City this Saturday and come back with a W.
Keep him going, Coach. Thanks so much for the time as always, buddy. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys as always. Go Devils.
That's Charlie Regal joining us. He's presented by the Crest Insurance Group. Crest Insurance Group offers personal, business, and insurance solutions for clients across all markets. They are huge. Just go to crestins.com. That's Crest Insurance, crestins.com. So we appreciate Charlie Regal for joining us as he does every Thursday at this time. We have teamed up with Putting World. We talked about it quite a bit over the last few weeks. They're in Scottsdale. And now we're giving you a chance to win a gold membership for a month, a putter fitting for a performance coach so you can get fitted for your putter. A lot of people don't do that. I gave Manuch a lesson about 12 years ago.
You did.
But it didn't work when we played in the fan appreciation event because you finished last.
I was getting there.
You were getting there. You needed more than 36 holes. Also, a $250 gift card from Putting World in the Bar 19 bar. So all you got to do is text PUT to 59925. That's PUT to 59925, and you can do it daily. Standard message and data rates do apply. Again, that's PUT to 59925. And you can enter daily. So good luck. So what's the latest on Kyler Murray? We're going to catch up with Cardinals beat writer from GoPHNX, Howard Balzer. He will give us the latest next. We're live at the Scottsdale Twin Peaks. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
The D-backs have a couple of Silver Slugger finalists in Ketel Marte and Corbin Carroll. Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray was seen on the field going through reps in the open portion of practice. He did not receive an injury designation on the updated Week 9 report. The Coyotes played their second game in as many days versus the Canadians. Walter Davis, the Suns' 6-time All-Star and all-time leading scorer, died at 69 years old. They play the Spurs tonight. ASU football defensive coordinator Brian Ward is receiving a 3-year extension. They play UCLA Saturday. I'm Seth Everett on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, we'll continue to see mostly clear skies out there with those temperatures dipping down into the mid to upper 50s. And then for your Friday, plenty of sunshine with pretty much a carbon copy of what we saw today. Mid 80s with plenty of sun. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Shop Lowe's Black Friday every day. Get the lowest prices of the year on select major appliances and save $100 on every $800 you spend. Valid through 11/8. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Got the urge to pick games each week? Thursday, Sunday, even Mondays? Then sign up now for the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, courtesy of Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
Rock for RightToyota.com. At Right Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on RightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at righttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at righttoyota.com.
Hello. Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the sports book at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the sports book at CAZ Sports Bar.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
Next time you need a landscaper, roofer, realtor, or whatever life hands you, just use My Guy Referrals. Visit myguy.com or call 602 and the number 867-5309.
867-5309. Jake from State Farm here to answer your what ifs.
What if I need a policy, but I just can't choose?
An agent can help you choose. At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
You locked into a maintenance agreement with a plumbing or HVAC company that isn't Plum Smart? Well, I've got some great news for you. My good friend Wayne Decker, the owner of Plum Smart Plumbing, Heating, and Air, is going to honor another company's maintenance agreement for free so that you can save about 50% off the price of the other guys with Plum Smart. Wayne knows saving money right now is extremely important, so don't feel obligated to use that maintenance agreement company. Use who I use, Plum Smart. Go to itsjustplumsmart.com. That's itsjustplumsmart.com because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101. He's been covering the National Football League for 48 years. He currently works as Arizona Cardinals lead writer for GoPHNX.com. A longtime Hall of Fame voter, Howard Balzer, now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Talked to all the quarterbacks this morning. We're going to keep ramping up Kyler and see how he progresses through the week. And
you're hot.
If it's not Kyler, then it's going to be Clayton Tune.
Whatever. Give me a break. Howard Balzer joins us now. GoPHNX.com. Cardinals beat writer. You follow him on Twitter at HBalzer721. Can you just explain this? What's going on, Howard? And who, in your mind, will be starting in Cleveland on Sunday?
It's a great question. And I think all of our reaction when we heard that on Monday morning, which was interesting just because he announced it to us before, that early in the week.
So right away, I suspected there was an agenda and a plan in mind here. But from what he said, we kind of took away that it would probably be Kyler Murray. Then, of course, within a half hour of him saying that, both Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport reported that the plan was to start Clayton Tune, but then again, that could change. So a lot of this is about gamesmanship, just like last week with those practice designations and all that. It was all to send it out there to the other team that, hey, you've got to prepare for both quarterbacks because you don't know which one it's going to be. But like I said, our sense was it probably would be Kyler. My sense now, 3 days later, and it's just my gut feeling, is it will be Clayton Tune, and I question whether Kyler will even be active.
Wow.
I think that Jeff Driscoll, who was assigned back to the practice squad, will probably be either elevated or signed to the roster, and that he will be the backup. Because in my mind, if Tune starts and Kyler is the backup, well, then what's the point of doing that?
Exactly.
If he's in a good enough spot to be able to be the number 2, then he's in a good enough spot to start. And from now, granted, everything we see in practice is only the first 20 minutes. So that all could be a ruse for all of us. But in practice, the 2 days so far, it's been Driscoll and Tune working together and Kyler working in another part. And he's still only throwing passes to the practice squad, wide receivers, and tight ends, while Driscoll and Tune are throwing to the guys on the roster. And then yesterday, and also today, in a drill where they were taking snaps under center and handing the ball off to a running back, Clayton Tune was taking the snap from the starter, yelled the throw hole, while Driscoll and Murray were taking them from other guys. So that's why I say my sense is going to be Clayton Tune for this week. I might end up being 100% wrong, but that's my feeling right now on Thursday, 3 days before Sunday's game.
I'm just curious if we lived in a bigger media market and we were getting, say if Jonathan Gannon is going on the Pat McAfee show, like we see, Kevin O'Connell and all these other head coaches in the NFL. And do you think that things would be a little bit different if there were more eyes on this organization and more pressure by the media to answer questions in a timely fashion?
I don't know if it would be different because I think every coach is different, certainly.
Yeah.
And we've asked the questions every which way with Jonathan Gannon numerous times over the last few months, and we asked him in numerous ways Monday. And he would always say, "We'll see," "We'll see," or he'll say, "We'll see how it is at the end of the week." And at one point he said, "Hey, I know you guys hear me say 'we'll see' a lot of times, but a lot of times I don't know." And I think here's an interesting part of it too with Kyler that I need to point out. And I wrote this the other day on GoPHNX.com. When he started practicing 2 weeks ago, and he also announced that to us before practice on that Wednesday. And he said, he was asked, what was Kyler's reaction when you told him he was practicing? And he says, no, he came to me and said, I'm ready for practice. And Gannon has said all along that Kyler's being comfortable and all that has input into this situation. Well, on that day 2 weeks ago, we then asked, who's going to make the decision about when he plays and when he starts? And Gannon said it'll be an organizational decision, but he, referring to Kyler, will be a part of that. So it could very well be that Kyler hasn't walked up to him yet and said, hey, I'm ready to go. I'm comfortable with everything. I'm comfortable taking the snaps. I'm comfortable in this offense. I'm ready to play. Maybe he hasn't said that yet. I don't know that it's true or not, but you can't eliminate the potential for that being part of this whole equation. But again, in answer to your first question, I think when you have a situation like this, hey, hey, in New York, they had a big thing with Daniel Jones, for several weeks. And the head coach there with all the New York media danced around it for several weeks. So it's not like the first time, especially when it's a quarterback. Obviously, it ramps it up and there's more focus on it. But when it's happened in other markets, big, small, or in the middle, whatever it is, the coaches tend, they don't want to say anything until they really know what the situation is going to be.
And Howard, I talked about that. I said one of the things is how does Kyler Murray feel? The reaction to the knee after practices, after full go, to what you said as far as all the above, to say, hey, look, I'm good to go. Because if he's healthy, he's good to go. He's going to start. Because I guarantee you, if he's good to go and he's healthy and this team starts Tune over him, they're going to have a mutiny in that locker room knowing their guy, who they all love, that being Kyler Murray, gets the backup role. So to your point, if he's healthy, he's good to go. He will be starting against Cleveland.
Well, and here's the thing. I don't think there's any doubt that he's been medically cleared. He is healthy. But that's, different than going out there and running an NFL offense in a game, especially an offense that you just started taking snaps with that offense 2 weeks ago. And it's not like you're taking all of the snaps because you're getting other guys ready. So, all those things enter into it. And here's an interesting part, too, is that I was talking to a guy who covers the Browns in Cleveland. He had called me asking about the Cardinals and all this stuff and Murray and other things about the team. And he says, that, he asked me, can Clayton Tune do RPOs? And I said, yeah, he definitely can. He showed the ability to move in preseason. He has shown that he can definitely do that. And he says, well, that is the kryptonite, he told me, in Jim Schwartz's defense. With the way they play, with their aggressiveness and the wide nine and all that, they've been burnt by teams swing RPOs with the quarterback running the ball. And, hey, we saw that with Joshua Dobbs. It's probably the best thing he did with this team the first 8 games is some of the design runs. Well, here's an interesting question. Are you comfortable with the first game that Kyler Murray plays going against the Cleveland Browns having RPOs being a part of the offense? Do you want to subject that to him that quickly, especially against a defense that is susceptible potentially to it? So I think all of these aspects go into it in terms of being ready to play in an NFL game. Drew Petzing said the other day, this would be like being ready to play a game on July 28th. Now, that's maybe a little exaggeration because that's the start of training camp. But, this is Kyler Murray now, basically his 3rd week of training camp practices, and he's gotten a lot less snaps with the ones than he would have gotten if it was training camp and he was healthy and taking most of the snaps with the first unit.
So with what you've just thrown at us, do you believe that you will see Kyler Murray the following week against Atlanta, or is that a coin flip as well?
I don't know if it's a coin flip. I think there's a lot bigger chance of it happening the next week because that would have this week under your belt. You'd have next week, and who knows? I guess we can't eliminate the thought of, well, what happens with Clayton Tune? Suppose the guy goes out there and plays pretty good. Maybe they say, okay, we can wait another week with Kyler Murray. But I think he's going to be really, really pushing even more and more as each week passes. And I believe that it's a very strong possibility that it's going to be next week. And if obviously, that'll be the case if he starts this week. But if he doesn't, I still believe it will be next week that he will get that first start because, hey, the Cardinals want, obviously, to get a bunch of games with him under his belt. And there's still enough games left to get a real feel for him and to see how he does in this offense. The one aspect, too, is there's going to be some rust when he gets out there.
Sure.
That's just that's realistic. The sooner you get him out there to get that rust off, the better it is. And that's why I know a lot of people probably say, well, then play him this week then. Who cares if it's Cleveland? Who cares if it's a good defense? Go out there and play. And I can understand that aspect of it.
Howard, I got 30 seconds, but I need to squeeze this in regards to the bombshell, another bombshell off the field with Michael Bidwell and allegedly berating employees in public and all this other stuff. Do you feel that this is going to really start to get I hate to use the word juicy, but it's going to be an issue, a major issue for this organization with the National Football League?
Well, with the league. That's the key question.
Yeah.
And I think for that to happen, there will have to be some people who won't be anonymous, that will come forward to tell their story to whoever. And that would force the NFL, I think, to look a lot closer at it. It is revealing, though, when the team issues statements and responses to this stuff and says, well, these are all things that happened years ago. We've made changes. Michael Bidwell has gone to leadership classes. He's done this, he's done that. So in effect, they're acknowledging that a lot of this is true, which raises a question to me. If you're running an organization, I don't care if it's a football team or a restaurant or whatever it is, you have to take classes on how to treat people. You have to take classes on not berating people in front of other people, and especially in situations here where it was in front of a large meeting room, not just with a couple people around, but with a whole bunch of people. Do you really need a class in that? So that raises some other questions, maybe not to the real point of everything that's gone on, but it looks bad, obviously. And, you just hope that it is true that those things aren't there anymore. But, reading the story yesterday where it talked about someone saying walking on eggshells, I think I remember mentioning that with you guys back in April or May when this all came out. And I had talked to a couple people who worked for the organization who aren't working there now that I know fairly well. And they told me the same thing. Working there was like walking on eggshells. And
Wow.
Kyle Odegaard, who used to work for them and just left 2 years ago, he tweeted yesterday about the culture and what it was like to work there. And it was a big part of why he left the organization.
Howard, great job as always, man. Have a great weekend. Thanks for the time.
My pleasure, guys. Take care.
Howard Balzer, follow him on Twitter, hbalzer721, as well as GoPHNX online. Check him out as podcasts and everything he writes on the website there. I wish the Cardinals had come out with those statements. How about publishing Michael Bidwell's results in those classes?
Well,
is he getting a B or a B plus? Or
here's the thing, guys.
How's he doing?
Here's the thing.
You got a break, but
I know. There's anger management. Here's the thing. There's the classes, I think, is code for therapy or anger management sessions. I think that's what that means.
More Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B next.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Let me say this about Purdy. A decent quality quarterback might be able to come in there and be serviceable. Jimmy G just won, but he would make the bad play here or there. Occasionally threw that ball that made you go, oh my gosh, why'd he do that? That's what Brock Purdy doesn't do.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
101 Agua Fria Freeway south on near Union Hills. We have an accident. HOV lane is blocked. 17 northbound near Yorkshire Drive. We have an accident on the off-ramp Gore Point section and a crash Buckeye Road at 40th Avenue.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. You think of Wendy's Biggie Bag? Think your go-to meal deal. Because with your choice of JBC or crispy chicken sandwich, plus 4-piece nugs, junior fries, and a small soft drink, Biggie hits every time. So grab a Wendy's Biggie Bag today. U.S. price and participation may vary. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner & Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is the place to be. Tavern Grill is now the home of Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Tavern Grill Scottsdale at 8880 East Via Linda.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
The right price, the right selection. It's all now at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Stop by today and see why Wright Toyota continues to be Arizona's top Toyota dealership, located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.S. Monday night tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Jake from State Farm here to answer your what ifs.
What if I need a policy, but I just can't choose?
An agent can help you choose. At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the Radio app.
Thanks to ESPN. We got some news today about the Big Ten and how it's all going to start in 2024. USC will visit Michigan. Yes, in the first Big Ten conference game. UCLA is going to make a couple trips cross country. Oregon and Washington, they're going to be on rivalry week. So this will be the league's first schedule at 18 members, each playing 9 conference games. They're calling it a flex protect model, and it includes 12 annual protected rivalries, and then what they're calling a robust rotation. So anxious to see how this all works. They're trying to kind of ensure the East and West and Central time zones so that all works out well. But I'm sure that'll be a big story on game day on Saturday morning, as they'll be in Tuscaloosa.
I can imagine. Now that's going to be that thing from, Alabama, LSU, and then talking about the Big Ten from that standpoint. I mean, it's going to be good to see I call it cross-pollination of those two of the Pac-12 now joining the Big Ten. So, hey, USC, Michigan, USC taking on Penn State. There's some juggernaut programs taking each other on, man.
Football at 50 is brought to you by Twin Peaks. That's where we're finishing up here at the Scottsdale location. Don't forget, we're giving away 5 big screen TVs. Just text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Let's get to our Learner Row. One call, that's all. And this is Tori Lavello. Basically, last night after the game, very emotional, really kind of apologizing to the fans.
It's the Learner and Row. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Learner and Row, voted Arizona's best law firm.
This fan base was behind us, and they were ready to go at every turn to root us on, cheer us on, and allow something good to happen. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry I didn't do my job to get us there. But I will. We all will. And we know they're out there. We love them. They can say what they want to us in the good times and the bad, but we know what they want. They want a world championship as badly as we do. We all bleed Sedona red.
Solid take, Tori. Appreciate what you did this year. Great job, and we'll look forward to pitchers and catchers in February. Let's get to what's on tap.
What's on Tap is brought to you by Roc and Manuch's Amber and Lager by Huss Brewing Company. Now available at the Arena Sports Grill, BKD's Backyard Joint in Chandler, CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona, Tavern Grill Scottsdale, and Upper
3 minutes, 3 minutes.
Phoenix. Try it for yourself. That's the Roc and Manuch Amber and Lager, brewed locally by Huss Brewing Company.
All right, all kicks off here at Twin Peaks at all 5 Valley locations. Thanks to our friends at Blue Moon and Coors Light as the Steelers host the Titans. Titans are coming off a win over Atlanta last week. They are 3-4, and then Steelers 4-3 after losing last week to Jacksonville. Game time 5:15. 2 games at 7 o'clock. The Suns on 3 TV as they host the Spurs, and the Montreal Canadiens are in Tempe to play the Yotes. Both games 7 o'clock.
All right, guys, get to our State 40 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day. You can still go and vote at Roc and Manuch on Twitter. What area hurt the D-backs the most in the World Series? Here are your options. Hitting, starting rotation, bullpen, or manager decisions. And this is how folks have voted so far. Hitting, 60%. And second, manager decisions at 20%, followed by the bullpen, 13.3%. Starting rotation, 6.7%. I voted hitting or lack thereof.
Yep.
They had their one blowout game, and that was about it. And you could say a lot of the pitching for this Texas Rangers team pretty much dominated. And not that they didn't have their chances last night, gentlemen. Now, they had 11 men left on base, and 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Just could not get the clutch hits that they needed to win at least Game 5 last night.
Okay.
That's all you got?
Dude, I run the whole show. I know. I maxed out on my word count.
That was it?
So I'm done.
Okay.
So why don't you guys add?
Go ahead,
I'll give you the last 2 minutes of the show to make
my gosh, thank you.
Okay. Some good points.
All right, lay something on me, Manuch.
So this whole Kyler Murray thing, is this an absolute farce?
Yes, it is.
I mean, if the guy is healthy, he's been practicing, he's good to go. The gamesmanship. You got this rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
He's never started an NFL team. You got Kyler Murray, who's chomping at the bit to play. The only reason why they couldn't play is because somebody in Cleveland might have kidnapped him before the game, and that's the only reason why Driscoll might be the backup.
And just remember, you got 90 minutes before kickoff to make that decision to activate him.
Yeah.
90 minutes.
I think things are going to get pretty rough here for the Arizona Cardinals on and off the field the next few weeks. If you lose to Cleveland and Atlanta back-to-back, that is – and you're dealing with a quarterback situation. You're dealing with some injuries, which is unfortunate. New coaching staff. Once we find out that there's no more sellouts at the University or State Farm, then I think there's going to be some wives that are going to say, husbands, you're not going to that Cardinal game if that Michael Bidwell still owns the team.
That's right.
10.
Be careful what happens there. So I'm not looking forward to that. Hey, thanks for joining us. We'll do it again tomorrow at 1 o'clock from Right Toyota.